Hello everyone and welcome back to the Aristochats podcast, episode 6, maybe, I'm not sure. My name is Jesmo and I'm joined today by Aero.
Hello.
And Ben Gold.
Good afternoon.
And special guest today, Toki.
What's going on?
Which probably a lot of you are not particularly familiar with. Toki was predominantly a Brawl-vet, dabbled in Melee. I think you're pretty good
PM.
at Melee. PM, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So like 2012, 2013?
Yeah, I would say around that
And
era.
if you've been listening to the podcast as well, you have probably heard his name dropped a fair bit because he was a pretty prominent, not only player, but just personality in the Brawl scene. And especially on our topic of talent, which we'll get to later, Toki was like, I think we've all unanimously agreed, like Toki was like one of the most talented players. And he was played with or against or whatever. So we'll definitely get into that. But how are we all doing today?
Okay. I'm immediately going to derail this entire conversation with...
We lasted a minute. Good job.
Okay, so last night I went to McDonald's
Okay.
and I ordered a double
Double quarter
pounder.
pounder meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I know you.
Thank you, Toki.
It has never been changed for like the last 15 years, I'll say.
Anyway, so there's so many people at this Macca's that I'm at. I order my double quarter pounder meal. I get it. And it's a regular quarter pounder.
Oh no.
Wow.
That's like
And
our
I'm like,
experience of the night all over
This
again.
is just not okay.
Yeah.
So I take it back and I'm like, this is not a double quarter
What
pounder.
time did you order?
Like 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Because if it's like 1 a.m. and if you go complain, they're going to just tell you to piss off.
No. So anyway, I take it back and she is like, no, this is a double quarter. She hasn't even opened it or anything.
She hasn't opened it?
No,
You're
of course
wrong.
not. And I'm just gobsmacked.
I mean, what do you say to that?
I don't know.
There's no counterplay to that.
I don't know what to
You're
say.
done.
So I'm just staring at her and she's like,
GG.
she's staring back and then she opens it and she's like, oh. And so then, yeah, I got my double quarter pounder.
So so you were right, and she's
Yeah, I was
So
right.
did you prompt her to open it, or did she just eventually do
No,
this?
I just stared
So
at her.
you're staring
and
at her.
yeah.
She's like, "Fuck, I better open this." Give it maybe, I don't know. How long are we talking here? 6 seconds, 7 seconds of staring.
About 4.
About. Okay, so let's do that. All right. So this is a not a double quarter pounder.
No, it's a double quarter pounder.
In the
Oh,
next
okay.
episode.
Oh, that
Yeah, like that.
that was awkward. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
I would also have checked at that point.
that was like 2 anime worth of like...
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do some voice acting. I
I told Jason because he's a McDonald's employee.
Yeah.
But he was like a little too concerned about like, I don't know, his like Uber driver like ran up a one-way street at
I saw
90
that.
kilometers an
North
hour the wrong
directions, yeah.
the wrong way. But I'm like, Jason, no, you have
There
to
are more
listen to this.
important
There are
things
more
right now
yeah, we
than
have
your Uber driver.
my
I looked
double
at this
quarter
woman for
pounder.
4
Understand.
seconds. It was awkward. Okay.
My double
Really
quarter
important.
pounder was wrong.
Yeah. It was.
Anyway.
Well, did you? So you ended up getting your order?
Yeah.
Was it
Give you a
fresh?
Great burger.
refund or
Yeah.
anything? Fresh?
Yeah, it was a great burger.
Okay.
Did you get it as well as the original burger? Or
No.
They wanted
You should
that?
have-
So
Like,
she just chucks
took a
that out
bite,
to spite you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't quite as bad as the McDonald's thing that we had last week,
That's good at least.
which we might discuss another day.
Yeah.
So we've kind of been on the
Yeah, that's
topic
like
of
a-
McDonald's.
Too much
long.
McDonald's for one
Mac.
podcast.
But I actually learned today that Toki is working to become a PT.
Yes, Pokemon trainer.
Yep, I knew you were
Yeah.
going to do that.
Exactly.
No, you're way too.
Yeah.
But that's
Wait, what's a PT?
personal trainer?
Okay,
The
sorry,
character in Brawl.
McDonald's on the brain.
So when did you decide you wanted to do that?
I always wanted to do that.
Really?
But then the number one problem was financial.
Financial.
It's pretty expensive. So, and I was doing pretty good in life, but then COVID hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Classic.
I was just like, well, it's just got to wait. And after the big lockdown, I got myself a stable job, which I am at the moment. And during it, I'm like, it's time. Let's do it. And yeah, so I'm very close.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. So when are you going to finish the study?
I got 4 more assignments to go, so technically, I'll probably say end of the year. I'm already qualified, but I want to refine my techniques first in order to
That's
get
cool.
into the business.
That's
Because
really, really
I don't want to be like, hey, I can do it now, and some dude
Yes.
just comes in, oh, I got a knee injury, oh, give me 10 squats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deeper. Yeah.
Stuff like that, yeah.
That's really cool. You should cater towards like Smash players. Actually,
Yeah.
we sort of got into this like fitness. What would you call it? So we have like games of the month in Discord where we like play a certain game. We had fitness for like a month. That was like one of the games where everyone
Like
was getting
Wii
into. No, just like going to the gym
Actual
and
exercise.
exercising.
I think I did about a total of 10 push-ups
So
during that time.
yeah, you're F tier in the fitness tier of this game of the month. Wasn't very impressive, but yeah, we had like Andre. I mean, you don't know these people, but we had like a few
No,
people.
I
like,
know them.
Oh, you know Andre?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on the Discord. I stalk. That's it.
Are you in that Discord?
Yeah.
Mine.
Aristochats,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
Well,
funny.
I'm like one of the OGs.
well, it's funny
Yeah.
because there are like 12 people use that Discord, but there are like 35 or
Yeah.
40 in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of surprising that
I just look at chats.
you should,
Really
you
observe
should
what the mess
contribute.
that's going on.
Maybe
Yeah.
after this, you'll like start contributing more.
Maybe.
Maybe because we kind of stole Ben because Ben never used it, and then now he like uses it daily all the time. So
I mean, I'm pretty bad with social media
Yeah.
and stuff as well. So.
Discord's like the only thing I use.
Mm.
So last episode, if you were paying attention, I mentioned that we got onto the topic of best and worst Smash tags. And I said, listen, this is hard to do off the top of my head. I'm going to make a top 10 list for... Stop looking at the list, man. Stop looking at the list, man. And I said, I'll make a top 10 list for best and worst. And so I've made the objectively correct top 10 and best and worst.
Objectively
So
correct.
that's right.
Your tag's one of the top 10?
No, it's not.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
not. Because if I got to choose my own tag, maybe, but my sister made it, which I'll
Okay.
maybe mention later. Maybe I'll mention that in the first episode anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I have the definitive objective top 10 out of the names that I saw, because it turns out there's like, I don't know, 1,000 or something. And I was like, honestly, guys, I don't care that much about this content. I'm not going to go siphon through 1,000 names.
I think a little while ago, between all games in Australia, or Smash hit 10,000 unique registered players.
10,000,
Wow.
holy shit.
And that's only
That's
going
insane.
from like Brawl, I think, only goes back to 2012 or 2013 on Old Smash. So
I think it's
more
like
than
11,000 something.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now,
shit.
yeah.
Because technology started evolving. What do we use? The TO thing?
TIO,
I don't know.
Tournament
like-
Organizer.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah,
That only.
We had a big talk about that last week.
Yeah, that only started like 2009.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
About
Before
2009.
that,
We
I
had
was
it-
writing it up on
yeah,
a piece
on the
of
paper.
That's what we
and,
would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually mentioned this last week, but do you remember all like when your bracket would just crash and you would lose the whole thing mid-tournament?
Yes.
So funny. But best and worst tags. So I'm going to take you through. I'll go through the best first. Now these are not ordered. They are correct. I will preface this.
I have a list. I have a list as well. I have a list as well.
I will preface this by saying, here's what I rate as a good tag, and you agree or disagree or whatever.
I disagree.
I'm sure there's always a contrarian somewhere. The good tag, I think, is always like either like a singular word, or maybe two words that just sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like if you're a League of Legends fan, Faker is just an insanely good tag. That's just freakishly good. Or something that's funny, but it doesn't like stop becoming funny after like a week.
Yeah.
Where if it's just like a meta joke that's like a meme for like a week, then it's like not funny a week later. So that's shit. Because it doesn't no scaling. It stops being funny. So you want it to like maintain humor or to be just like a really sick name. So I'll go through a top 10. I'll write them off and you can see what you think. Extra, I think it's cool. That fits into one of those categories. Legacy, chaotic, if you remember the...
Chaotic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a sick name.
Yeah.
At lows, brilliant. Flex, schooner, cherry, luminescent, cruise, and the bamboozler, which is brilliant. Bamboozler, that's too good.
That is a meme.
So what do we think? Agree, disagree?
Pretty good.
I agree with all of them except for the bamboozler.
You don't think, like, honestly, that sounds like a name you'd pick. That's such a Ben name.
I think that automatically makes it a bad
I had a
thing.
glance at Eric's list.
All right, we'll see who's got the
There's
better
few
list.
names that I saw. I'm like, what is it doing there?
Maybe you saw the worst tags, top
Unique
list,
tags.
part of his list.
No, I can tell you that name is the best. I don't
Okay.
know why it's in there, but
Wait. I don't.
We'll read it out.
All right,
we'll
well, let's
see.
read it
Whatever.
out. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got Pudge, Static, Jet,
Static's good.
Duon, Extra, Governor, Attila,
Feels good.
Atlos,
Yep.
Luminescent,
We had 3.
Arrow.
Arrow is good. I did consider Arrow.
Honorable mentions, Rybok.
Oh yeah, Rybok,
Yeah.
yeah, Jake.
Yeah.
Haven't
It's,
heard of him in a
it's
while.
solid. I think
pretty
mine is better, but solid.
Sure.
solid, solid.
I hope you
I mean,
think yours
that's
is
fine.
better.
That's fine.
And we want to go through the worst ones as well.
Okay.
So ones that are terrible are like you're way too sweaty, like Dark Shadow Master 33.
Don't forget the underscore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's awful. That's not a real tag, but you get the idea what I'm trying to say. Like really cringy, or like just a bunch of letters, just lowercase that don't.
Lowercase x, capital X underscore.
It's like TVXYZAB. It's like gibberish.
There's another criteria.
Okay.
If you have a first name in there with a bunch of other letters or numbers, bad. It's
Yeah,
bad.
numbers or like characters, stuff like that.
right.
Symbols.
Tatam.
Hate.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're gonna know most of these players.
Is that? I thought it was just T-Tam. Or Tam. I don't know.
What the hell did I say?
Tay-Tam.
It's T-Tam. It's literally T-Tam. I don't know why I've said Tay-Tam. Maybe his first name is Tay and I've just freaked
Maybe.
it.
Maybe.
I don't know how to say this. Ubi or UBE, all lowercase.
Oob.
Dog shit. See, some of these
Dragon Ball Z.
also it's like the spelling of it. So chisel is another one here.
That's a dog shit one.
Chisel's like not the worst, but it's
I
like
don't know.
CHIZZ capital L.
Yeah, the capital L really
Cheers,
just solidifies
buddy.
it.
That's a C tier.
It's not good.
Giselle.
Ghost Bone, which
Yeah.
has now become Ghost. It's like how
That's
can we make
resurrection.
ghosts?
He had to do that one.
How can we make ghosts edgier? Bone's edgy, I guess. I don't know. This is terrible. Radio. He's tried to do like the one singular like verb or something, and it's not worked or noun.
Yeah.
Pram. Matbab 4. Which
Pram.
I hope. Yeah, Pram. Like it for a baby. Maybe for Matbab. Matbab 4. Mac Carp. Da Wests. Dunkmatic.
How do you spell D Wests?
And that's Da. So DA Wests.
Like with a Z at the end?
No,
or
S.
D
Yeah.
tier.
Yeah, it's dog shit. Also, shout outs to Moth Plague and Dull Bulb. Dull Bulb. Sorry if you're listening to this Dull Bulb, you got to change your tag.
It's pretty descriptive of him.
Yeah. Also, I had for
Remarkable Victorian presence on that
there
list
is a
as
lot.
well.
There is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Victoria has like the biggest.
They have the biggest,
thing.
yeah,
So, I'm
playlists,
pretty
yeah.
sure I had like a lot of Victorians on my top list, and so I probably have a lot of Victorians
Also,
on my bottom list.
an asterisk one for best tag. I feel like I don't like the spelling of it, but fried rice. But I don't like the YD.
I like fried rice.
I like the name, yeah, but I want like
Just
IED.
keep it spelled.
yeah.
I considered baked goods.
Baked
on
goods.
mine.
I
Baked
thought about
goods
it.
is
Yeah,
solid.
baked goods
Yeah.
is pretty good. What's your worst tags? What do you got?
We got some. I didn't look extensively for
Yeah.
really bad tags
Yeah.
because some of
you
them
have to go
are-
down to like 800 elo, and that's
Yeah,
really
and
fine.
I'm not looking at 800 elo. I'm not
Yeah.
looking at any of these. Big Fat Ellie,
Yeah, not good.
Kuma Gary, Hi, I'm Aiden, Mast.
With a capital.
With the exclamation point at the end.
They're all
Yeah.
all capitals, exclamation point at the end. Skippy Dingle Chalk.
That's
Oh,
brilliant. That's S. That's like what did you say last week? Horny Grandma 37 or something. That's brilliant.
37?
It's-
Damn, that's better.
It's not even. It's not. It's missing letters. I don't know. Whatever.
What did I do
Vine
all
Green.
No way is Vine Green worst 10 tag.
Not-
It's not good, but
I mean, maybe,
Worse,
but
like-
I didn't look extensively for like. Really
we've got
bad
Dull
tags.
Bulb here.
Well, yeah, sure. Dull Bulb's probably worse than Vine Green, but like this is just what I wrote down. Dr. Anus.
Yeah, well, there is humor in that.
Sure.
He's a doctor.
And I mean, there's
Of the anus.
humor in the next one as well.
What about
We'll see.
Elephantum?
What was
Whatever
it?
his
We'll
name
see. Yeah.
Sponge Bev.
Sponge Bev.
Sponge
That's a
Bev.
shocker.
What?
Bev.
Bev.
Bev. BEV.
Wow.
That's
Powerful.
dog shit. That is
Powerful.
bad.
And I only got 9 because like I said, I didn't extensively look.
You
for-
couldn't go on. It was too awful.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they're not that bad.
They're not that bad. Definitely like the ones here, like Pram, Matbab 4, Ubi,
Yeah, Matt
Chisel.
Bab.
These
Matt
are
Bab is
shocking.
actually one that I mentioned
Last week, yeah.
last week, but I
It's the
forgot
4
about
that
it.
really pushes that over the edge. Matbab 4.
I mean, the thing is, I think it's like part of like his real name.
He should change it.
It's like
But
Matt
then why?
Kebab.
Bad 5.
Why put like your number? Like what's the point of the number? It's not like
It's
there's
asserting
4
dominance.
Matt Babs, right?
He's trying to be unique.
You'll have
Matbab
to
the,
ask
what about
him.
Matbab the 4th? That's better.
That is better.
It is better.
That is better.
Did you guys have any tags that sprung to mind for best or worst?
Nah, I'm drawing a blank.
What? You said you thought of some before.
Nah.
Okay. What about you, Toki?
Okay, so for me, smash tags on names, I go into like the meaning and the history.
Okay.
I think my number one favorite, some people might know, I know you guys know, is the dwarfs.
I was literally 20 seconds ago. I was about to mention them.
So the dwarfs, they were like a brawl player back in the day, but they were like
Clan of them, yeah.
4 dudes.
Yeah.
It was just tall, 4 big good blokes. They come into the Smash scene, drinking beers, watching footy.
Can't do that anymore.
Not sure if I should say this, but they watch certain videos at a hotel. Full volume, so the whole world can see.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I was there. I was.
Wait,
underage.
how old were you?
I was 17.
Can you? Okay, so we got Seedorf,
It was
Old Man Dorf.
Old Man Dorf, Seat Dorf, Pine Dorf, Pine Fresh Dorf.
I don't remember that one.
He yeeted like
Yeah, okay.
midway.
All right.
And what was the last one?
There was another one.
Imagine
I
not.
can't remember.
Imagine you remember all those other terrible dog shit dwarf names, and there's like being the one who doesn't get remembered.
Yeah.
I just remember Seedorf and
I remember
Old Man.
Old Man Dorf. Yeah.
So
I feel like actually maybe the single lowest point in Ozsmash history was when one of them topped our PR for Queensland. I'm pretty sure one of them was first.
they did, yeah.
I think one of them was first on the PR.
they came first.
I think so.
Damn.
I think C Mandorf was
on
like
them.
first.
Did they
on the
all main Ganondorf?
Yeah. So that was the gimmick. There was like 3 or 4 dudes.
Yeah.
Only Seedorf and Old Man Dorf stayed, but they based it on Ganon's color. So obviously Old Man Ganon
Is the
still
white,
there.
yeah.
Yep, the white one.
Yeah.
Seedorf, blue Ganon.
Yeah, right.
Pine Fresh Dorf,
I didn't
the green one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I forgot the Rangadorf.
Rangadorf.
The red
one
yeah.
which one he uses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rangadorf stayed for a bit as well.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
so,
so
it
good.
was a full apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was a point where like 3 of them were on the top 10 PR.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And I
at
had
one
like
point.
I hadn't retired, but I wasn't really going because I had to travel like a lot of hours.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the PR like, what's
What
happening?
happened?
Look what they did to my boy. They massacred my boy. Like my state is just a joke.
How is there 3 Ganondorfs on
Yeah, it was awful.
What year would this have been?
I don't know, like maybe 2008 or
2008,
something.
2009,
okay.
yeah.
And I just remember thinking, there's no way. Like, people are like, no, they're really good. I'm like, there's no way, man. Like, I'm not coming up here. I'm not going to lose to this. I never played any of them in bracket, I don't think.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I think they were like left when I came back.
Because, like, back then, basically me and Jesmo were, like, always top 3.
Yeah.
It depends who retired. Or
Yeah,
who, yeah.
I get a little bit mixed up between, because like Emitras who left, who was like the Queensland
he
dominant
was
player.
number 1 for a very long time.
Yeah,
in
and then it was
back-
like
yeah.
you, Jaybirds, and I.
Yeah.
Jay
yeah.
Bird.
And then Hot
Yeah.
Dog would
Hot
place
Dogs.
like up there.
Yeah,
And
Hot Dog was,
then
like,
Jace
fourth.
eventually kind of came in a little bit.
Jace and Adept was
Adept, yeah.
still new. I
Yeah,
guess,
Adept wasn't
question
like
mark?
that good for a while.
Yeah. And then by the time we retired,
Yeah.
they started getting.
Yeah. And then I came back, and then you swapped to random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go for the other one. I also like the Shiz Whiz. If people
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
the Shiz
Oh,
was
yeah,
yeah.
Shiz Whiz,
Actually, one of
yeah.
the sickest Falcos in Melee.
in
Really
Melee,
cool.
massive dude. He's like 2 meters.
Actually, all the Falcos have like good names.
yeah.
Like he had like DHF, which I kind of like Brawl Falco, West Balls, which is kind of funny. Even Mango, who's like a pretty
with
Mango's
a zero.
like-
With a zero. Everyone knows.
yeah.
Yeah.
So all the Falcos have good names.
Queensland Melee has a couple of good names, like Smoke Up
Yeah,
as well.
Smoking,
It used to be
Smoking-
Smoking Puppy,
Smoking
yeah.
Puppy,
Now,
Puppy,
now
Smoke Pup.
Smoke
Actually,
Pup.
pretty solid Meta Knight and Brawl as well.
Shout out to Smoke Pup. He shouted me a Subway when I lost my Subway
Did you lose your
in
Subway?
2009. I think I was a young kid in Melbourne for Robocop or something. I was a hungry little kid. I went to Subway. I played my set. My Subway fucking disappeared.
Someone
I'm like,
stole your Subway?
Someone stole my Subway. And I'm like,
Of like a 15-year-old boy.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm hungry. What do? I have no money. I'm a fucking stupid kid. And Smoking Puppy, he was like, you alright, Toki? And I'm like, I'm hungry. So I took my Subway. He's like, here's your Subway. And he just got me a random Subway. I was like,
That's sick.
Isn't it?
this
uh,
man
What
is...
if, what
this
if
man
he
is-
stole it and
That's-
then
It
It was a
decided to
different
felt bad
Subway.
about
It
it.
was a
That's
different
too good.
Subway.
Though.
Yeah.
But what if you wanted yours? And he's like,
True,
I'll just take
true.
that one, replace it with some shitty Subway.
He would never do such a thing. I believe in it.
I might have done
Yeah.
it. But wasn't it cool like being like a child in the Smash scene because everyone takes care of you? And now
Yeah.
you get older and people just treat you like shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
People used to like taxi me around. They'd be really impressed.
Yeah.
Like, good job, Jez. Well, you got third. Like, nice, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're really getting there. And then you hit 18 and they're like, you fucking
you.
cunt. Like, you're a real piece of shit. I've never liked you. literally Aero to me. Like, I've never liked you. You've always been annoying. When I was an adult, told me this. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like me now, though. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
He said with
We
lies.
both had our bounce with Jesse at the very start. Right.
Oh yeah, I didn't like Ben either.
Really?
Yeah, no.
What
The only
common
person he
denominator
liked
is?
was me.
Sorry.
Wonder what the common denominator is.
Well, he beat me in Smash, so it was like, and now I
So
can't
you are the common denominator.
yeah, it's probably me. I'm probably the common denominator.
So, how did you discover Smash, Toki?
I discovered Smash when I was 14 or 15.
No
I think.
way.
Yeah. So this was 2000s. This was when Brawl first came out.
Hang on.
So you
2000
basically became like a top player in like 6 months.
So you didn't grow up playing 64 or anything?
No, I did.
What the...
Yeah.
How did you discover
Oh,
Smash? The
sorry,
series.
I thought you meant the
When
Smash scene.
No, because I was like, if you became like the player you became after picking
Like
up
a few
only
months.
Brawl in like a year,
No.
I'd be very cranky. I'd be very cranky.
No, I started at 64.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I was always playing
So
casually.
you played that growing up. Would you like competitive with anyone, or you just play against CPUs or
I
anything?
was playing against stony little brats.
Like,
Because
Yeah.
Items on, or would you
Items
try and take
on.
them all?
yeah.
Yeah.
And were you like unbeatable in your friend
I
group?
was.
Yeah,
I always
crazy.
was, yeah.
Never would have
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
never.
crazy.
And then Melee came out,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is the best thing ever. I remember going to Game Traders on the day GameCube first released. I was standing up on the line, and I'm like, one Super Smash Brothers Melee, please. I think I said Melee.
Yeah.
And this dude looked at me, he's like, it's not even out yet, kid. And I'm like, but I was standing here. I really want to play Mario. And he's like, well, you got Pikmin, you got Sonic, or you got Mario Kart.
Yeah. Mailer's not out yet, so go on, get out of here. Yeah.
So I remember buying Sonic Battle Adventure 2.
Nice.
That's kind of like my
Yeah.
Brawl story, actually.
I loved that game.
Because like Brawl kept getting delayed, and so
Yeah.
I went in one day. I was like, you know what? Because Mum was like, well, you know, buy me a game. Like she wanted to buy me a game, and I was like, well, Brawl's not out yet. So I cracked the shit. And I was like, no, like I'm getting Oblivion. Fuck this. Like I didn't even want to play Brawl anymore. And then I played Oblivion, and then like it came out like a month later. Like Brawl came out.
Actually, yeah, that reminded me.
Then she bought it anyway.
Brawl first came out in the US, in Japan.
Yeah, we were like
It
6
took
months
like 6
behind.
months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were ages
Australia
behind.
was 6 months behind.
There were some people who
So-
got it like and were playing like the imported version or something. But,
So, like a silly kid I was, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I really want to play Brawl.
yeah,
What do? I live in Australia.
Yeah.
Internet wasn't really a thing back then.
Yeah.
I did my super hacks and I went on eBay and I begged my mom to buy me like.
did you really?
I did.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
And
Would you be like 14, like 13 or?
14, 15. Yeah.
Wait, how old are you now?
29.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
about 13, 14,
So
yeah.
13,
yeah.
14 or
Wow,
something.
I didn't know that.
And some guy was in my area.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
he had the American version of Brawl.
I've no wonder you were so good. You were 6 months ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
So I was just like, sir, I need this.
Yeah.
I really need
More than
this.
anything.
So my mum followed me,
Yeah.
went to this guy, to this dude's house, and I was just like, do you have Super Smash Brothers Brawl? And he's
You're
like,
just asking everybody this.
yeah.
All these Smash games.
And he's like, you're the one.
Yeah.
He gave it to me. I cried on the spot. Went home.
That's adorable.
I was like, I did. I was like, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Look, yeah. I was so happy.
And so, how did you end up discovering the Smash scene? And
Smash
So
scene.
your first tournament was Queensland Brawl Battles.
It was actually the same as yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So. Yeah.
I think we placed the same as well.
We did. 13, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get 13th. It was like 17th.
Seven?
You
Seven,
17th,
yeah,
I
seven,
think. Yeah.
seven something. It was 7, 9, 13 or something.
I think it was 17th.
Seven. No,
Yeah,
no, we
Because
played
you had,
harder.
you had a look on the Smash
Yeah, it
boards
was like
the other
17th.
day.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
No,
they got,
I'm sorry,
they could have gotten it
we're
wrong on
dog
the
shit.
thread.
We're dog shit. What was
For a
your
14-year-old kid back then.
What was your set count?
What do you mean?
How many wins losses did you have?
I have no clue.
Well, I went 2-2.
Did you?
Yeah, I got 17th.
Most like, I probably did.
Yeah,
the
I'm pretty sure
exact
I
same
think we
thing,
did. But how did you find? So Smashboards My Way. How did you find out? about
Google.
it? Google, yeah.
Google. I was like, damn, I'm actually okay with this game.
Yeah.
I want to keep playing. I want to play humans.
Yeah.
So I was like, Google, Smash Bros. In my area.
Yeah.
And it actually came up.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, this is around my area.
Yeah.
This is in 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I was like,
What were your expectations going in? How do you think you'd perform? 'Cause I don't know about you. I thought like, hey, look, I might win this tournament. No cap. Like, I'm pretty shit hot online. I might win this tournament. Just gonna say.
I was like, oh, there's probably going to be like much older kids than me,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I was still at school. So I was like, oh, I'll see how I do.
Hmm.
And then I went to the venue. There's this much older people. I was 14. They were
Yeah,
like 21
adults,
year olds.
yeah.
Yeah, adults. And I'm just like
Screaming at the top of their lungs and all this sort of
yeah,
stuff.
I was like, damn, this is real life.
Yeah. Who did you play at your first tournament? As in, like, character-wise?
Character-wise,
Because you had a
yeah,
roulette of
I
characters throughout your
believe
career.
I went Olimar, I think.
Oh, you are lame.
Olimar
Yeah,
or
You are fucking lame.
Olimar or Marth. Most likely Marth.
Yeah,
I think it would have been Marth, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not
'cause-
a first tournament. Who knows?
Yeah.
What he played his
I
first.
I guess that's true.
I most likely played Marth.
Yeah.
And then the second I remember going random.
Yeah.
So you had a competitive drive at the start?
I guess
for
so.
one event.
Yeah.
No, it was longer because. What was the highest you ever got in the Queensland PR?
First at one point.
I thought you were first, yeah.
First.
So you were definitely taking the game seriously for a while.
For a period of time, yeah.
Yeah, so-
And at end of 2009, I'm like,
So what happened with that?
life. I need money.
But you, I mean, okay. So you were going to tournaments. You could have picked Marth or Meta Knight at all of your tournaments, and you would have been placing top 3 in Queensland until the end of the game's lifespan.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. So you would have been winning money,
Yeah.
but you decided to go random, and you didn't need to practice. Like, you would have been gapping everybody regardless of practice.
For me, like in video games, still to this very day, I just want to play the game for fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you were competitive at the start.
Kind of, but like, yeah, I was.
No
but
fun allowed.
Well, you weren't. You weren't playing random.
I wasn't. I was
Yeah.
playing mainly Marth, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. back
Yeah, your
in
math
the
was
day.
extremely good.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious as to how.
What changed?
Did you
or-
feel like because you couldn't
I'm
practice
gonna be
anymore?
honest.
Yeah.
With Marth, I was bopping people too hard.
That's disgusting. that really pisses me off.
So the only people on top of my head that I struggled, well, I had to play with Marth was Jesmo, Jaybirds, Scott, Hot Dogs.
Yeah.
Amaterasu was already gone by then, so
Yeah.
it was just 2 or 3,
I'm-
one or
I'm-
two people.
And then everyone else
Yeah.
is just too
Everyone
easy.
else just
so you
like-
wanted
Yeah.
more of a
So I was
challenge.
just like,
You weren't having
Yeah.
fun, winning
Yeah.
so easily.
yeah, because I didn't try, and I was like three socking or whatever. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'll play random, because yeah,
I'm
'cause-
just trying to figure out like why though, because I know
For-
even at like major tournaments you started going random at the end of the game, and it was frustrating for
It
me.
was frustrating.
a lot of
because-
people, yeah,
Yeah,
thought that.
because
Were these all like Queensland major tournaments, or would you even travel
No, I
and then
travelled
go
and-
random
yeah.
at those interstate? Right.
I was known as like the random guy. Yeah, the random
Because
guy.
we had a similar player in Smash 4, Fruit, who would
I think
he was always New South Wales PR going random. He rolls a D20 die now in Ultimate. But very similar. Like everyone's like,
Okay.
wow. He almost beat me at my first major.
Really?
Going Zelda and then Dedede into
Oh my
my
God.
cloud
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Kirby.
shit.
Best of
This is
three.
the worst.
Yeah,
character.
like all +3 matchups on my cloud.
Which one
and
did he win? If you had 3 characters, I assume you won a game.
I think he beat me with Kirby.
You're fucking awful.
Yeah, and then I like barely like last
Yeah.
talk last hit the Zelda
But
and
it's
the Dedede.
so OP though, because firstly, you end up rolling into a bunch of characters you don't know the matchup for because
Yeah.
they're not top tiers.
Yeah.
Secondly, all the pressure's on you because this person's an idiot.
Yes.
And they're just being
You
like
can't
they're
lose that.
trolling you.
You cannot lose that.
And
yeah.
so I remember I would play against you. I vividly remember having a few tournaments, and you got like Pokemon Trainer, and I was playing Meta Knight.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
And then Ivysaur comes out, and I'm just like, there are people watching. They're standing behind watching 2 of the top players in the state, and I'm like, he can't even hit me, man. Like, I can't let this guy hit me with this character.
Yeah.
And then you start like panicking, and you play worse.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
For those who don't know, Ivysaur's maybe one of the worst characters
The worst character
in the
game.
entire
Probably
in,
franchise.
This
in
is
the
the worst.
franchise.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
actually doesn't have any
Yeah.
moves.
If you knock it off stage, it is literally dead every time.
Yeah,
Actually.
because it has like such a like low double
Razor
jump.
Leaf wasn't good.
Yeah, it has Bullet Seed is usable.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sometimes.
But
Sometimes.
then you can
it's
just-
your best. That's
You
it.
can just SDI and just get out
Yeah.
of it.
Well,
in
not
a
even
second.
not even SDI. If you're like holding in like in a different direction, sometimes you just pop out of it, and it's
You know,
like
there's actually a really good Pokemon trainer main in New South Wales, Toby.
Toby. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
I
good.
remember.
He could play all three of them. Used all three of them. Didn't like swap or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good player.
It always kind of frustrated me watching you play random because I was like, there's like so much kind of like potential here, and you're kind of just squandering it.
Yep.
Because
Yeah, it's always
I think that's a me thing. Because in any video games I play, like fighting games, for example, I want to play every character. I want to learn the fundamentals, what each character does, and I just play.
That's what friendlies are for, mate. That's what
I
friendlies are
implement
for.
friendlies in tournament games.
Well, I
Yeah.
remember even the first week of Ultimate when we were playing some online. You were
Yeah.
just beating me every single game with random. I was going K roll.
That's the worst.
You were just
Yeah.
mopping the floor.
Yeah.
with me. Yeah.
But it sounds like we're kind of doing a bit of dick sucking here, but it's actually criticism. We're actually all very annoyed.
We're all
at you.
very annoyed at you.
Because there's different elements to it, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know what I am, like 14 or something at the time, and I'm getting quite good. I'm like top 3. There are periods where I'm definitely the best player in the state, and I'm thinking like, credit to Jace for everything he accomplished, like in Smash, across Brawl and Smash 4, but he's not a player who I feel like would push me in terms of like movement and my maximum potential in the game. He doesn't force me to be like the best player that I could be. I kind of play in a way to beat Jace or something. Whereas if I play against peak Toki, I'm like, that's some of the best Smash I've played.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
it
And
was.
I remember in one tournament game, we did the gentleman. We just both went Captain Falcon or something. Yeah. It was like the grand
Was that
finals
Smash 4 or Brawl?
Brawl.
Holy
It was
shit.
Brawl. And
I actually had a pretty good Falcon in Brawl, I gotta say.
Yeah,
I reckon I won that.
I think you did. We got to like grand finals. It was like 2-2 or
That's-
something. We're
that's
just
too
like,
good.
shit, what do we do?
Wow.
Want to go Falcon?
don't remember that.
We're
That's
just
pretty
like,
cool.
yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Yeah.
That's hype. But yeah, it was
pretty
frustrating
funny.
because also I thought like Queensland as a state would be so much stronger
Yeah.
with a Toki
Yeah.
who was like taking the game seriously. But I'm always curious, as I touched on, like as to what sort of changed. Because let's say, did you ever get nervous before a tournament?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Especially before when I went random, I guess. Yeah. I
So you're
was
just like, please don't get Zelda. Please
Because
don't get Zelda.
back then, there was no personal space.
Right.
So when you're playing a game, you can just go up to them and just be like, do an up smash, beat him right here, do that.
Yeah.
You can just go up to their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can't really like.
Everyone wants to treat it as a bubble that
Yeah,
you're not meant to
Yeah, you just
interact
cannot
with.
go in. It's like
Yeah.
a hidden rule now.
Yeah.
Back then, you can just shout at people's
Yeah.
face.
Yep, shove
So
the
did that
chair
make you
while
nervous
they're-
when people would do that during a set?
Yeah, sometimes, especially when it's like an important match, and I'm like some
Right,
15-year-old
right,
kid,
yeah.
and like some 20-year-old dude comes up to me, and is like, "Yeah, pop his ass." You know?
Yeah,
I'm
I remember
like,
that.
shit.
I think at my second tournament, I went to a crew battle because I placed like 5th or something in my second tournament, and people thought I was good. They let me play in the New South Wales crew, and I was playing against Siege, if you remember, who was
Yeah,
the Zero
it
Suit
was
Semis
my
player.
ex housemate.
Oh,
I
right.
lived with him. Yeah.
Okay. He didn't like me. And because we played this crew battle and he picked Zero Suit Samus, and as he's losing his stocks to start the game, I walk over and I throw his armor pieces off the stage, which you obviously can't do, but I didn't really get that. And he's just like, what the fuck? And all these people behind me, all these like Queenslanders just like screaming, hurling abuse at me. He just quits out of the game, restarts it. Doesn't say like a word after that. And yeah, goes again. And I don't know, just sort of the abuse you're not really used to at like that
Yeah.
age. And then later on, obviously, I was like the fucking master of that.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was like, yeah, it's kind
I
of hard
think
to
it's
deal
because
with.
back then, like, one,
Like a timid little nerdy kid, and you're like, how do I
yeah,
deal with
exactly.
these
Like
20-year-olds?
kids are like not really. I wouldn't say welcome, but like kids were rare at that time.
Yeah, they are.
And then you just see like a 14-year-old rock up to like a bunch of 20-year-olds, and you're actually doing well.
Yeah.
And they start giving you attention, and
Yeah,
they start
yeah.
treating you like, yeah, you got
Yeah,
this.
prodigy guy.
Yeah.
It is cool because all like the older players in your scene sort of really take you under their wing a bit. And they really want
They
you to
do.
like do well. They want you to do better than they do.
Yeah.
Like they don't even care about their own performance. They're just like they want like the little 12-year-olds like win grands or
Yeah.
something. Which
But
is
at
kinda
one
cool.
point, especially when I started going random,
Yeah.
I made more enemies.
Right, yeah,
Like
because people
you
don't
guys.
like losing. People don't like losing to that.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They do get frustrated. But
Yeah.
for me, I was like, yes, I did play competitively, but I don't think I have a competitive nature.
Okay.
I just like, I think the reason why I retired Smash was like, people just got too serious,
Right.
and I just couldn't handle that. I was
Okay.
just like, I want to play the game for fun.
Yeah.
I just want to have a laugh, and then, you know, if you beat someone, oh lol, GG's, good job.
Yeah.
I start beating people. They're like, fuck this dude, you're
Yeah.
shit. I hate you. Never talk to me.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I don't like this.
I mean, random, I think, is like, how do you say?
It was low-key toxic, I guess.
BM.
It kind of is
Yeah,
toxic
yeah.
because you're also setting yourself up with an excuse, and we kind of mentioned this before.
The
Yeah.
low tier cowardice.
Yeah, you get like Zelda, and it's like, and now like your win kind of doesn't.
Nice, man. You won
count.
2+4 matchups.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah, especially
You know.
in Brawl where there are a lot of like
'Cause, yeah.
impossible matchups, right?
There was few games where I random Ganon and I was
Yeah.
versing a Meta Knight, which is pretty common
Yeah.
back then,
Yeah.
and I just two-stock them or whatever, and
Yeah,
people
it's-
were
it's-
angry.
it's-
yeah,
it's embarrassing,
I'll be like, yeah, no, that's fair.
And even,
Just
like-
get good.
Even worse than losing to like Ganon is winning, as we were just saying, because it's like
You
your
haven't
win.
accomplished
It doesn't mean
anything.
anything, and
Yeah.
you know that. God,
That was
I-
like the
I would
intended
be-
outcome almost.
I would be
Ganon
such a
did not have
better-
the Doria back then.
Yeah,
so-
I'd be such a better
Yeah.
player if this guy like played seriously, like, and I got to like actually overcome him and beat him playing well. It would mean so much more to me. So yeah, you're pretty shit, pretty nasty of you to do that to people.
So this
I
whole
love it.
time that you were going random and everything, you were still using your painted and
Oh,
controller.
go.
It is.
All right, we're gonna take this up to the camera, so you'll need like to see the YouTube video for this, but
Yeah.
take it up to the shoulder on the camera. This monstrosity of a controller, which people laughed at for about 5 years.
Yeah.
The joke never got old. It's a giant controller, everybody.
So,
It has a keyboard.
here's a story about this controller. About 2008, 2009, I walked into Game Traders. I saw this, and I'm like, that is the most stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
I bought it on the spot.
How much was
bought
it? How
and
much
I-
was it?
$90 back then, actually.
shit.
Yeah.
They go for over 800 now.
No fucking
Yeah.
way. Oh my
Yeah.
Do
god.
they actually?
Yeah.
There
He's
you
like,
go.
get the
Yeah.
eBay. Let's go.
So I was like, this is amazing. I'm going to start playing with it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
It's
true.
Inconvenient
I don't
for
know
sure.
how to explain it when you play. with this controller.
Inefficient.
It's,
yeah.
it's a little
Yeah.
awkward. Usually you need to sit it down in your lap.
Yeah, you
'cause
do. Yeah, you need
your
to use your
wrists
lap.
get tired holding it.
Let's take a moment to envision you're playing against a guy in a bracket. He runs random. He whips out
Plays
this
the
thing,
controller.
And he's
And
wearing a Pikachu hat.
and he beats you with
Yeah,
Zelda.
Pikachu hat.
He beats you with Zelda playing with this controller on
Yeah.
random.
So, funny story. So, I played Smash for many years with this controller. One day it broke down. So, I was like, shit, I don't know how to fix it. And Rain from the Smash scene, he actually fixed it for me. And when he fixed it, Benjamin Gold, who was next to me, he's like, I will give you all my money in my wallet for this controller. I was like, you know what? I don't play Smash anymore. Go ahead. So Benjamin bought this controller.
Now the proud owner.
How much
He's
for?
proud of
$70.
You self 800.
it. Mate,
Steal.
mate's right.
But back then that was before
Yeah, yeah,
COVID and
yeah.
everything, so it would have been probably worth like 120 or
Yeah.
something. Now.
But
So
I
it
was
was a
like,
good,
What a
good
cute
deal.
story,
then.
though.
Yeah.
It's Ben Gold. I'll give him a thing.
Cute story.
So this is our
Yours
version
is
2.
really good, Nick. Yeah.
It's a lot cleaner.
That one looks in
Yeah.
better,
This
Nick.
one's
Yeah.
cleaner.
This one's a bit yellowed. The stick's looking a bit grubby.
Yeah.
but-
So when this broke, before I got it fixed, I actually just went out and get a new one, and it was like 130, I think, because it was
Yeah.
still. In,
You
like,
could just
early
flip
days.
these and be a millionaire.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna keep this. So now we're both a proud owner of the controller.
You guys should enter like a doubles tournament and both use that. That'd be good.
That would be good.
That would
And,
be
and
pretty
run
funny.
random. That'd be
I
really
would
good.
enter a tournament.
I know. I know
We
you
should
would.
sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've even rocked up. Green Bank RSL has casual
Yeah, that's
events
brilliant.
that Toki went to
Yep.
like
Pre-COVID.
3-4
yeah.
years ago. Yeah, and I rocked up with this playing it, and then
Oh, did you actually rock up?
yeah,
Oh, shit.
and then everyone there was like, "Oh my god." Another guy with a super
That was me. Yeah. Because I was only there for like a few weeks.
Yeah,
So it was more of a
Not
very
long.
casual thing, so I
Yeah.
just played for fun.
It's like
and,
best of one, like
Yeah.
What game was this? Smash 4?
Ultimate.
Smash Ultimate. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Ultimate, yeah.
they rotate between Smash and Mario Kart each week and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's very casual.
So, but yeah, I did make a lot of enemies and hate by
Yeah.
playing random end by using this controller.
And it was
a
all
lot of
worth
people
it.
thought I was cheating because I was using this controller.
I remember vaguely hearing something about
special
that.
inputs
Yeah.
on the keyboard.
Yeah, special input. It gives you like 2% increased damage if I use this controller on port 4.
Well, now,
Yeah.
unironically, they just have the Smash box.
True.
Yeah.
Cheats.
they do.
For what it's worth, the keys don't do anything in
They
Smash.
Absolutely nothing in Smash. Yeah.
It'd be good if you, like, I don't know, you take a stock and then you just pretend to start typing.
Oh, I started
You're
doing
so
that.
bad, lol.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of taunting, I'm just like,
Yeah.
just make that noise. Yeah. One guy just looked at me like, and I'm like,
I just typed, you suck. So, yeah, so
GG's,
you
no
basically
re.
started this trend with Ben of getting the controller, which actually brings me to another point of trend setting in Brawl and the Smash scene, because that was always a, sort of a pretty prominent thing, like a meme culture and a lot of different things was sort of originated by you. Like one of the ones that always sort of sticks out to me is like just Ivysaur up smash and just yelling the sun.
yeah, it was the sun. Yeah.
Really stupid.
So
Did you ever feel like a trendsetter when it came to Smash? Were you aware that people like copied so much of the shit you did?
I guess so. When
Yeah.
I think back now,
To be
Yeah.
honest, like that's because that I've sort of done that.
We call that charisma.
How I piece charisma. But that's always like looking back on my Smash career, more so even than tournament results and stuff, is like knowing that so much like just random lines or fucking whatever are almost still present in the scene. Like that's almost like the
I think
best
the
part.
most
It's really cool.
well-known one to this day is the sex kick.
This,
Yeah.
What's that?
So it's neutral air. Just
Like Brawl and Melee.
Yeah, but
Samus
did
now.
you coin that?
melee people and I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. That actually came from Queensland. That word originated.
No way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
In like 2008.
Fact check? No way.
I think it was Quetz.
No, Quet's coined Stitch Face.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought these were just like massively known American
No,
things.
it's
Does nobody else use the term sex kick?
Maybe not.
What?
I mean, honestly,
That's a
I believe it because I know
mindfuck.
I know in Smash 4 a lot of the confirms that we.
I still call it that. I still call them sex
Yeah,
kicks.
yeah. Well, that's what
It's
they
the sex
are.
kick,
That's
yeah.
what they are.
So it came
Yeah.
from the melee group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was it? It's the longer it's out, the stronger it gets. So
Yeah.
it's called the sex kick. So like
Oh my
Mario's neutral air, Samus's neutral air, Link's neutral air.
That is
Yeah.
that is really
That's
throwing,
cool.
that is
That's
really throwing me through a loop because I thought
So-
that was just like a universal.
Yeah, same.
I think
I'm
it
freaked out.
spread
Yeah,
because
Like Smash
The
boards and
play.
stuff
Smash
like
boards,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Smash boards.
Smash boards,
Queensland
so-
people are like, oh yeah, the sex kick, and Americans like, what is that? And
Yeah.
well, we started explaining
That's
it,
insane.
and then it just
Spread.
exploded. Yeah,
That's cool.
low key as well. How strong was for those of you who don't know? Toki and I think basically started playing online on a site called MyWii, which then became MMGM. Which I'll probably touch on later as well. But like, God, that site was strong because
Yeah,
like,
it was.
so we had you who was first in Queensland at a certain point, me who was first in Queensland at a certain point, Apollo, we stole him off Aussie Nintendo, which was another site. He was like the best player in South Australia and then in Queensland at some point. Scoot,
Kion.
Scoot, who was like top
hell,
3 in New
yeah.
South Wales, I think he might have been second. Kion was like top 5. Who else do we have on that site? It was so strong.
pretty
it was
Stacked.
Really
really
stacked.
strong. Yeah, we had very strong.
We
Players
had
on
the
that
best brawl
website.
player,
Yeah.
maybe of all time. I don't know. It's like Mewtwo King and him. Tarek, Evil 69er. They're neck and neck.
Nova
That
was there as well.
Nova was
Nova,
actually a
yeah.
very strong.
He was very good.
very, very good.
Yeah.
That's
Another
how
one
he
who
transferred
didn't.
Mewtwo King the money
Yeah.
over the forum.
Another player who didn't take the game seriously, but actually a very strong player. But I think he took it seriously for like a year or so, and then
not
just
sure.
didn't. Well, he rocked up to his first tournament, and he won. I think his first tournament with Sol again. I'm pretty sure.
Wait,
Oh,
who's this?
okay.
Nova.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Because he was like a
Yeah.
Wi-Fi warrior for like a year.
He
and then
was.
He went
He
to.
really
He just
was.
rocked up to an SA tournament. Their best player was DJ Brownie, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Back
and he
then, yeah.
he wins the tournament. I think straight Ganon.
There you go.
And
yeah.
he comes back. He's like, "Yeah, I won or whatever." And I'm like, "That's hysterical." But yeah, that state sucks.
Yeah.
Was that before
I mean, when-
Allen's came around?
Yes.
or-
Yeah.
Yes.
When
Yes.
DJ Brownie is your best player, you have problems.
Something's up. Yeah.
Yeah, DJ Brownie. I don't know what he's doing now, but he wasn't particularly strong. I didn't think.
No.
He just played Lucario and rolled around a lot.
He had another character as well. Lucario and someone else. I think he had 2 characters.
I don't know.
I might have mentioned this on a previous podcast
Yeah.
already, but at the start of Ultimate, Nova actually made a request to have his ban repealed.
Really?
and to
I do
No,
remember
I
that.
didn't know
become
that.
active in Ultimate again.
Yeah.
There you go.
I wonder how old
And
he is now.
Chitachi still talks to him every now and then.
Yeah,
as
well, I think you mentioned
Yeah.
that on.
Yeah,
no,
he did
No, he
yeah.
mentioned off the podcast.
I
did
used
he?
to
Okay.
talk
Yeah.
a lot with him as well, but
Really?
then he deleted his social media
Oh.
at one point, and I just lost
off the
contact.
grid.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
scared the shit out
I
of me.
was actually in good relationship with Nova. 'Cause
Really?
He sponsored me for Brawl.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, that's right.
So that's a funny story as well, because the reason he sponsored me, Ted, Luke, I forgot his smash.
Adio.
Yep, that's it, and one other, Decker.
Oh yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
so us four went over to SA because Nova sponsored us
I remember you going there. Yeah.
to body SA.
Oh, so he's paid you to go
Was
body his.
Deckard playing Brawl as well, or mainly?
Mainly melee,
Yeah,
but he was,
yeah.
playing Brawl for fun.
Yeah.
So
Is it a Marth player?
Yes.
he was, yeah.
Still
And,
is to
he
this
still
day.
is, yeah. And yeah, we bodied SA.
Yeah. Did he say, okay, I'm going to sponsor you over here? No fucking random.
Oh no,
I would have put in that caveat.
He told me to go random, and
Oh, that's
That's
that's,
even
that's
better.
better. That's better.
You
That's
can't
better.
not go random.
yeah.
That's too good.
So
Yeah.
I can say
He was
now,
confident.
I guess, but he sponsored us and
Yeah.
he gave us basically free money to
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's a bit of a running theme with Nova.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so my only offline interaction with Nova, I don't think he liked me. I think I was too serious as a child for him, to be honest. But one time he comes to Queensland for a major. I think it was
he
maybe
does
it
a
was.
few times.
I think it was like the Power of One, maybe.
classic poo.
Yes,
What rough era?
or like 2010,
2009, 2010,
yeah, somewhere around
yeah.
there. And we agreed to team because we were okay. I don't think he really liked me, but we were like friendly. And he's like, okay, well, team will go like double wolf because he was like a bit of a wolf player as well. And then it's the morning of like doubles or something, and I walk into like his hotel, and he's just like, Jesmo, I just feel like shit. I'm not going to the
I
tournament.
remember that.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is like actually my first time meeting him. I walk in, and he's like, I'm not playing doubles with you. I'm like, I'm too sick. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, here, have like $250. I was like, I'm sorry, run that by me again.
And this was like when we were like a child.
Yeah, I'm like 15 or something, 14, I don't know.
The doubles pot wouldn't have even
No,
been
wouldn't,
that.
no, especially when you halve it.
Because
And he's like,
back
yeah,
then, doubles pop, the first prize would have been like
like $60 or something. Yeah.
And that's a big day.
And he just gives me like $250 and he's like, sorry, I can't like play doubles with you, but yeah, here's the money that we like for sure would have won easy. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And I never spoke to him again.
really.
No, they probably had played some friendlies online or something, but yeah, he was really, really close with Tarek, who's that
Yeah,
evil
he
69er
was,
guy.
yeah.
He was really close with Apollo for a while.
He was,
They were good
yeah.
mates, and apparently everybody.
I have a vague memory that he's the person that basically saved Melee
yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
in the donation drive.
I think so too. Yes.
Evo.
Yes.
2011,
11.
I think.
Yeah.
The
I
whole
think you're
breast
right.
cancer charity thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, okay.
So
Put in a couple
I
grand.
have a
into
lot
it.
of inside information. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I should share it, but
Maybe
That's good content. That's
Yeah,
good.
very welcome
yeah.
to.
So I'll keep it limited. So you know how the Smash Melee, we raised like 104K or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
we,
rid-
we,
some
we beat
ridiculous
out
amount.
like Guilty
That's
Gear or
obscene.
Blaze
And,
or something like that.
Skullgirls.
That's
Skullgirls
it,
came
yeah.
second.
Yeah.
That's
That's right,
interesting. Yeah. Nova put in at least 40%, 30 to 40% of that
Wow.
money.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot
And
of
he,
money.
he saved Melee, and I think a lot of people know the Smash documentary.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if many people know, but Nova sponsored that.
Really.
Really
So
funded that as
he
well.
funded
Dude.
that.
Well, I didn't
yeah.
know that.
This
Yeah, I
guy
did not know
fucking
that.
skimped me with the $250. He could give me a couple grand.
So
no
yeah,
problem.
he funded the most like
That's
80%
crazy. I
of
didn't.
it. Yeah.
And to my
yeah.
knowledge, he also would frequently sweeten the pot of American
Yes.
he did.
majors
Yes.
as well.
So
And
I think
Mewtwo
Mewtwo
King was
King
very
used to-
thankful for
He
that.
was.
He
King
was very
used to
close with
use,
Mewtwo King, yes.
the tag Nova. Something.
yeah, he did.
In-game tags.
Yeah, he
Yes.
sponsored Mewtwo King basically
Yeah, that's
because this was
insane.
before like esports
Yeah.
and Twitch was.
It's
a
really
thing.
fascinating, actually.
So
Yeah.
I have a lot of.
We gotta
'cause I
get-
used to talk with him
Yeah.
a lot, like every day
We've
back when we were.
gotta
like,
get Nova
buying
on this
Wii
show.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta-
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
really
So
want to get
much.
Nova on
Yeah.
this podcast.
Yeah.
I would
Love to
love
talk
to
to
see
him.
Nova as well.
That's what everyone's saying. Like Chris was
Yeah,
like,
everyone's
God,
like,
if you
"Oh, I
guys
wanna
get
see
Nova,
Nova."
Yeah.
this guy scared the shit out of me, man. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, no, he's a good bloke. Yeah.
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 It's funny how much the scene has changed.
It
I
really
think
has drastically.
yeah, in terms of like sponsorship and sort of how you can, like you're mentioning how you could sort of sit next to someone in a tournament set and just scream.
yeah, scream
And you just
like
can't.
at this distance, like
Yeah.
this is the game,
Yeah.
and I can just go up and just be like, "Up smash, get bullied." That was normal.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
people handle that pretty well, or even back
You had
then
to.
where a lot
No,
of
you
people
had to.
like,
you,
oh,
you just had to.
You had to.
Like,
You had to
get
I
over
think
it.
You
Just
used
to.
explained before as well. He
Toughen
got the,
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just
Yeah.
got the nerves while you were playing me.
Yeah.
It's a common thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And back then it wasn't really a rule until like some American finally got pissed and
Yeah.
it just became like a global
was that like the
rule.
Mike Hayes incident?
Oh,
against
Mike
Shootout?
Hayes.
Oh,
Mike
Maybe.
Hayes Shootout?
Maybe.
I believe so. I
Yeah.
think that was the very
That was
start.
probably the-
2010, 2009.
Cheetah did his
What?
own.
What happened there? Sorry, I don't. remember.
Mike
So
Hayes
Cheetah-
is. So you go.
I'm not super
Yeah.
knowledgeable of it
It's
myself,
correct,
but basically, like Shootout was like chain grabbing Mike Hayes, as you do.
With ice
Yeah.
climbers, yeah.
But like because there's no counterplay to it, his counterplay was to just scream in his ear the whole time.
Because
Okay.
the,
To throw him
inputs
off.
are
To
like
throw him
No,
off.
I vaguely
relatively,
recall this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think ESM might have done the same thing actually.
Yeah.
I know there's a certain video, everyone knows this, of ESM saying a certain word that you're like fucking not allowed to say in a tournament, and he just like screams it.
Yeah.
I don't remember why he got spiked or something, or SD'd or some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's astonishing. Like you did that now, you gone
No.
forever,
Yeah.
not even considered ever
That's
again.
one thing I want to bring up as well. Back in the brawl scene,
Yeah.
it was so common. Now we say get bodied.
Yeah.
Back, I think you know.
Yeah.
Back then, we used to say a word close to grape.
Yeah.
Get graped.
We talked about this last week with Kai,
Yeah.
and we brought this
Oh,
up.
did you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
yeah, sort of how much of the scene has changed. And do you think, I don't know, because you're always a pretty big personality at tournaments. Not that you would be screaming in people's faces like really
No,
aggressively or
I
anything,
wouldn't do that.
but
no,
you're like
yeah.
pretty like
Loud and
loud.
rowdy.
I was, yeah, always in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like for me, I think it's my personality.
Yeah.
I don't want to make enemies. Like
Yeah.
I just want to have fun, be
Yeah, so
friendly.
just beat 'em with
get along
Zelda, that's
you.
fine, that makes
Exactly.
friends.
Just down smash all the
Yeah.
way. Yeah. But yeah, I was wearing my Pikachu hat, and there is a gift. I still got it. I'll post it eventually. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's that,
yeah.
yeah.
That used to be posted
So
everywhere.
when people were playing the sets,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what I was screaming, but I was screaming in the background.
It'll be great to see that.
Yeah, it's somewhere, and
Reminds me of your monkey dance.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
right.
I love that gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should.
So it's
bring that back.
Smashbox, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smashbox.
It's brilliant.
I just go in front of the
Yeah, it's
camera and
great.
start monkey dancing because there was a emote on Skype and it was a monkey dancing.
Yes.
That's right.
That's
and
right.
then
Skype.
yeah, Skype. And then I started imitating it, and that, rest is
Yeah.
history.
Do you think that with the sort of cultural change that we have, a lot of which has been obviously for the better,
yeah.
do you think there's anything that the Smash scene is sort of missing now that it's changed so much?
Honestly, I can only see positive changes.
Only
positive changes. I think like the only negative I could say is just you can't change it. It's like I gotta word this correctly. It's not the people. It's just some people's personality, I guess,
Okay.
Yeah.
and like their actions and behavior.
Right.
That can turn negatively. Yeah, but
Can you
most-
elaborate on that, or are you not comfortable?
I shouldn't.
Well, you don't have to name names, but
Yeah.
could you let me know in any further detail what exactly you're referring to? Or hinted it a bit
Being
more?
rude to people, and as I said before, like once you become a top player,
Yeah.
you make more enemies.
Okay.
Like people just start hating on you. Like I won't say names, but back in my Brawl days, people hated me purely because they couldn't beat me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I assume it's gonna be like the same.
Especially a
nowadays as well.
common one is like if they kind of get a little too good, a little too quickly, it's like, all right, they're carried by their character,
Yeah.
blah,
Yeah.
blah,
Yeah,
blah. And you
yeah,
get people
it's
like,
like-
well, I've lost to this character, not you, you're dog shit.
Yeah,
blah,
it's
blah,
the
blah.
character
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah, and it got worse because I play random with a fucking keyboard.
Yeah. You're carried by every character.
They're
actually all
they
broken.
Wanna use it as keys, but they really can't. I guess.
Did you ever end up dittoing someone?
I did a
accidentally?
few
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
and I still beat them.
Yeah.
So that,
That would be really annoying.
Not-
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I won't. I won't mention names. But
Actually,
yeah.
remember going to like bracket against you sometimes, and you lock in the random, and I'd just be like, just like not Falco or Martha, not Falco or
certain
Farther, like, just like
characters,
not
yeah.
any of the top like 5 or 6 characters that he actually like knows really how to play as well. Because like I know you played like you had a bit of a Meta Knight, you had the Marth. I think you
Yeah.
played some Falco,
Yeah.
Snake. I was like, just
It's
not
the top character.
Yeah, it's like not any of those like those 4 will be fine. I can deal with the Pokemon train. That's
like
fine.
Zelda.
Yeah.
Now I know you've mentioned, I don't know how hyperbolic exactly, but if Toki did consistently just stick to one, like Meta Knight or Marth or whatever, you absolutely believe he basically would be number 1 in Australia or
Probably.
or
Close.
around that area.
In Brawl,
Yes.
he would be competing for that title, I think.
Because back then it was
okay.
Ted.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Ted.
Ted
Warrior.
was-
Warrior main.
Yeah, he was predominantly he was Wolf, and then he switched to Warrior, and that's when he got like he was very good at Wolf, and
Yeah,
then he was
very
like
good.
2nd or 3rd in New South Wales, I think. Went to Warrior, and then he was the best player in the country for maybe 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah, probably about that. And then there's some other very strong players. He could lose to like Tibbs, Attila, Corpse. He plays here
Would
and there.
Apollo give him a run for his money? Or
Not
is
at
he
that,
quite
not at
there
that
yet?
time.
Yeah,
Not at that
okay.
time. At the back end of Brawl, there's sort of like everyone else stopped playing, but you can't discredit Apollo. He was very good.
Yeah.
He was very good. But yeah, I think Toki definitely would have been if he was just playing like Marth, Meta Knight, one of those characters. He would you would have been right up there. And I kind of rated myself pretty highly. I thought I got quite good at Brawl at the end of the lifespan. But
Wolf
I can
and Meta Knight, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but I can confidently say like you would have been better than me if you had like kept. I don't know about Smash 4. I never really played in Smash 4.
I never really played
Yeah.
Smash 4 either, yeah.
But
My
but in
Smash
Brawl, I
4
think
memories
so.
with you is you playing Greninja.
He was fun.
And
yeah.
Yeah, I
on
can see you as a
release.
Greninja player for sure.
it was like pre-nerf. It was on the 3DS. So we're playing it, and
Yeah.
you're using Hydro Pump, and I'm just dying at like 20% because you're on 150 and it's Rage.
Yeah.
So I'm just like flying off into the blast zone.
I remember that. It was like the first 2 weeks. Funny thing, when Smash 4 first came out, my family lives in Perth. So I went over to Perth, and I actually attended a few Smash tournaments in Perth.
Really?
Yeah, because I used to go
I
with
did
my
not know
family.
that. So
And then-
you might have played Elton or EADP.
I did. I finally get to meet him. I met
That's-
him
no
once in real
way.
life. Elton 4444.
No,
Yeah,
that's astonishing.
That's a legendary name. If people don't know. Yeah.
Did you beat him?
I did.
No shot, you did. This guy,
Wow.
this guy won like 11 tournaments in a row.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. He was playing Villager. I
He was a
believe.
villager man, yeah.
Yeah,
So did
and
you
then-
knock him into lose? Because he actually didn't lose a tournament for like he won like the first like 11 in Perth.
Yeah.
And then he
Was Corpse active at
He
the
played-
start of
yes, he
Ultimate?
played some Smash
He
Four.
was
I mean,
more
Yes.
PM.
he
Yes,
did
back
play Smash
then,
4. I
yeah.
know this because I was actually just looking through. I was looking for best and worst tags, and I went through some Perth results. And Corpse, so Elton EADP or Elton wins like the first like 11 tournaments in Perth, and then they have that tournament. I can't remember what it's called, where that Kira wins, and he places like 13th.
Oh, DI another
In
day.
Perth?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
DI,
and he lost the one before that, and then he places like 4th or something.
This is Smash 4, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
and
very
then
start.
then he places like 13th, and then he never returns anything else, and he loses to Cameron and someone else. True. So Cameron has met him because they played it the another day.
Wow.
Crazy.
And this would be before even Poppet would go to his first event. I
No,
imagine,
Papa was
or-
at DI another day.
He
He
was
got
there,
third.
okay. Right.
That's right,
So he
yeah.
was there and just got out the gate.
And
Yeah.
it was New South Wales Grand Final.
Yes.
I remember
Kira versus
meeting
someone.
Poppet
Good.
as well,
Media?
but this was before.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
Ricky. Yeah, I think
Ricky
Ricky.
sounds right, yeah.
But so, what was this guy like? Because he was
Elton?
he was a weird unit online.
He was a normal bloke.
He was.
Yeah, he was a normal bloke.
You
yeah.
wouldn't
Well,
think
he
so.
was like our age, so he was a
Yeah,
child.
he was, yeah.
And you know what?
He was very quiet.
He was dog shit at Brawl for
At
ages.
Brawl, yeah, he was, yeah.
And then eventually
became good.
he got good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just all he would do is play Lucas on short hop PK Fire. All he would do, total dog. He thought he was nuts too. I think he had combo videos. He was dog shit. And he thought he was cracked beyond belief. And then we had some online tournament and he beats Scoot, who was like
Wow.
second or third in New South Wales, like really good player at the time. And I'm like, no shot. Like I'm playing Scoot in Grands. Like no way's Elton going to beat him. Elton beats him. And then Scoot's like, that was too laggy. Like we play again, actually. And Elton's like, Elton's like, okay, beats him again. And then Scoot's like, well, all right. And then I play Elton in grand finals, and he'd gotten way better. And then he was unbeatable in Smash 4 for like a couple months.
I actually did not know
I
that.
know,
Yeah,
it's weird.
I
That's
think
such
I
a
beat
power
him.
move, though. Accepting
Yeah,
the rematch
it is.
and then just
Nobody
being-
would do that anymore.
No, they'd be like, I'm taking that win and
What was
running.
that? Actually, you know who did do it, or maybe they made him do it? Was the Komarakiri and the was it Ken with the
with the 0.9
yeah, the
knockback?
multiplier was
Captain's
different
Rack.
with a Bayo.
They only replayed one game, though.
Only one game, okay, and he got
And he didn't handshake him.
good. He
Oh,
got
wow.
massive
He did
good.
not handshake him after
Yeah,
that set.
yeah.
Apparently, all like the Japanese players were like dude.
You
don't do that.
Yeah, they don't do
You
that.
don't do that.
That was very disrespectful.
That is fascinating about Elton. He used to have like graffiti videos on YouTube.
Yes, he's an art designer.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
I believe, that was his dream.
so weird.
Perth Banks.
Good on him. I want to meet him, get him on the podcast.
Yeah. Just a curious question.
Yeah.
Does Money Match still exist?
Yes.
For sure.
It does, okay.
I think it's less prominent than it was, but it definitely
It's
still
definitely less
exists,
prominent. Like, people will do, I'll squad strike money match you. Or something really, like, if it is, it's very casual. Where in Melee, it's still much more prominent of, like, you're the PR player, I want to get good, I want to learn how to beat you, blah, blah, blah. Money match me.
Well, we mentioned this before.
You know.
It's like you can't make someone take friendly seriously. So I'm like,
yes,
I'm going to
Money
play
Match,
against Jono, like J Dizzle,
Yeah.
because I want to like learn. But he's not really taking it seriously. But you say, like, hey, $50 on it.
Yeah.
Then he's going to take it seriously. The problem is you go broke pretty quick. You're matching J Dizzle for $50 because if it's like $1, he's probably still not going to care very much. But yeah,
Maybe people should actually start bringing back the rotations, but winner stays on.
you
winners
you
on
need
rotations,
it to be in a certain type of like setting.
It's very contextual.
What you need to go to a hotel, and you need to just sit yourself down in front of a setup with like 2 or 3 people, and you're picking your like main characters, like 2 or 3 characters. You are stage selecting specifically, and you are trying, and you are focused, and you are like trying for several hours.
Every time we do that, we almost got kicked out of a hotel.
Why?
Because we were too loud and we were getting.
Well, you're not
attacked
supposed to be
by-
screaming when you're taking the set seriously.
It's a serious set. And while we're on this topic, I think you know what I'm about to say. TV.
Yeah, I knew this was
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys are thieves. I'm just gonna say it.
I'm not thief.
You stole.
No, we brought it back. I think I got an
I think
image.
borrowed is the more appropriate term.
So it was me, Era, and
Kion.
Yeah. Shitashi now.
Shitashi, yep.
We stayed at a hotel, and we were about to go to the venue. We really needed a TV. There was a CRT.
Yeah.
So what do you do? What's the thought that pops into your head there? I'll take that.
I'll take it.
that.
And we left a note saying, "We'll bring it back by tonight. I promise. Love heart."
There was a love heart.
Do you have
There
a
was
picture of that?
heart. Somewhere I do. Actually,
Okay, you have to send me that. I'll put that at the end of this video of the
I
podcast
got-
on YouTube.
I have
I'll
no
show the
idea where
picture.
it is, but
Well, you or Kion or Era are going to have that.
someone
I know.
has it.
I saw it posted like a year ago,
Yeah, I think
and it's
I
like,
think Kanu actually has this image somewhere.
yeah, he
Really?
would.
Yeah.
And it's like, sorry, we took your TV. We're
Yeah.
bringing it back. Smiley face or
We'll
something.
bring it back undamaged.
Yeah.
I love heart.
Unreal.
love heart.
And I think you came back to the room cleaned by like housekeeping, so someone had seen that note.
Yeah, someone definitely saw it.
That
Yeah.
is hilarious.
And they were completely fine with it.
Yeah.
Well, they don't. You didn't really give them a choice, did you? I would if you got up to reception and said, "Hey, can I nick your TV and take it to an event with like 30, 20-year-old males?" They might have said, "Fucking no shot. Get the fuck out of here."
One actually did. I mean, we rented a hotel room.
Yeah.
We come out with a fucking TV.
Yeah, yeah, that's awkward.
I remember someone looking at us and they were like,
I didn't even consider the lobby walk. Yeah.
"It's not on my
That's
phone,
right
but
because
it's somewhere."
it's like it was one of those ones where there's only one driveway in, so you can't leave without being spotted by reception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just smuggling this TV out of their hotel. Yeah.
Well,
As you
that
do.
reminds me going to Guff in the valley, FNS, and you'd just be walking through the valley with a TV just under your arm, and everyone's giving you weird looks. Like,
Yeah, true.
that guy just stolen the TV. And he's walking
Especially
out,
back then,
passed by
yeah.
the police station next to the venue, and they're all just sipping a coffee, looking at you walking
The best
down.
part actually is like the Guff was right next to the police station.
Yeah.
So all the cops
Yeah.
just like, what the
What is going
fuck
on?
is that guy doing?
What's going on here?
It's
And then
funny.
another
Officer?
guy walks past the TV.
It's funny because, like, I guess kids these days, they don't know what a CRT is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, "What is that?"
Ben gets salty because we're playing Brawl on that TV that you saw in my room.
Yeah,
And he's like, it's fucking lag. It's like,
Lag
Ben,
thing.
that's probably giving you an extra stock every game. You need to be
just
happy
Brawl.
with that lag.
I remember we yelling out 50 hertz, 60 hertz.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anything was a meme
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
What are some of your fondest Smash memories? I'll start actually. I've got one with you specifically. You'll remember this straight away. There's a New Year's Eve, and we are playing New Year's Eve on Wi-Fi up until about like 2 a.m. in the morning. Playing, I think we're playing on fucking Green
We
Greens.
both said Happy New Year.
Yeah, so Happy New Year's, and they're playing like the best fucking friendlies ever. Like just cracked, like
we
fun.
played for many hours.
Yeah.
I remember
That was good.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my fondest ones. One of the best Wi-Fi sessions I can remember. I played a lot of Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we both did.
yeah.
I mean, we were kids. We had infinite time back then.
I remember you carried me in doubles too. We teamed once or twice, and I think at a major,
We came third or something.
Yeah, we did like really
Third
well.
or s-
We got like
yeah.
really high placing in doubles, and it
Yeah.
was like actually all you because you're a doubles player. I ended up being very good at doubles, but not at that point. I don't think I was very
Would you
strong.
still go random in doubles, or did you
Absolutely.
pick a character?
Oh,
No shot. No. You did not random that doubles because
Oh, in that doubles,
no,
probably not.
because
No.
I think this was before you mained random because
Out
I
of
think
consideration, most likely.
you
yeah.
got
Yeah.
like fifth at
Since
this
you have
tournament.
someone else who's being impacted by the
100%,
RNG.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this was the power of one or something. It was like a Queensland major, and we got like third in doubles, and I remember you placing fifth in singles, I think,
Yeah,
and
something
I
like
think
that.
you beat me.
Did
I think the set's online.
You probably came fifth as well, then.
I think Meta Knight was banned, so I think I played
Oh,
Falcon
it was
into you, and I
during
think
that
you just
era.
annihilate me.
When was Meta Knight banned in Australia?
I don't
2011?
remember.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe
it-
11, maybe.
It was only for
It was
6
on and
months.
off. It was
Yeah.
on and off.
It was no, it was only for 6 months.
Now, was
it
this
was just straight 6
a
months.
universal, like worldwide,
Yes.
temporary thing? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what
No,
was it?
not
So-
temporary. It wasn't supposed to be temporary,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah,
was
but
like
it ended up being temporary.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why it got lifted. To be honest,
Because-
maybe people realize he's actually the only fun character to play in the fucking game.
Probably.
No, well, I mean, it was because everyone was like, "Oh, wait, we all play Meta Knight and we all want it back."
Oh wait, how do we beat
Yeah.
Ice Climb?
And now, yeah,
And that
Ice
too,
Climb,
yeah,
all
Ice
unbeatable.
Climb.
It's like
Yeah.
that thing where you bring in the snake's teeth, the plague of birds, and then you're like, well, how do we get rid of the snakes? Oh, we need like the hawks or something. How to get rid of the hawks? Well, we
Yeah,
need like
yeah.
I don't know the cats. Like, well, how do we get rid of the cats? you
There's
know?
like so many kind of like historic like things of that, like Mao Zedong getting rid of all of the sparrows in China, and
Yeah.
then they had like
Literally
a
what
massive
happened.
famine because the sparrows ate all of the insects.
I don't-
Why are you laughing?
It's even like
I didn't even know that. That's my people.
But it's like I don't think that would have happened. Well, it doesn't happen in Smash 4 because you actually know what the game looks like before like Bayonetta gets there. Because
Yeah.
she's DLC, so you actually already have the vision of what it looks like.
Right. Yeah.
So you know what character's the best if she's not there. So it's probably like Diddy or something. But in Brawl, you don't know what the game looks like until you ban Meta Knight. And then you're like, oh man, hey,
This is worse.
all in my rice climbers are fucking lame. Like these characters are really shit.
Banning is actually really funny now that I think about it. In Brawl, we had ban Meta Knight, and I see some Twitter posts saying like ban Steve in
Yeah.
Ultimate
Yeah.
or something. I don't know what that is, but I think my favorite ban of all time was Brawl ban music. That was a real thing.
Ban
in
Oh,
Brawl.
wasn't
music.
this?
Ban
Oh, that was
music.
something to do with Perth.
Hang
It
on,
was
this
Perth.
was the Perth thing they
It
banned.
was
You couldn't have music.
Corp's brother. His brother
Yes,
or
he was a Rob
something.
player.
Yeah,
I mentioned him last week as well. I think,
Yeah, he just did not want music.
Yeah.
And then it became a real thing.
Where do you guys stand on that? Do you think
What,
that should
did
be?
he want to like hear how many gyro charges there were or something like that,
I
or something
don't
meta
know.
to it?
No,
Or just
Maybe.
no clue,
Queening
but-
out.
Yeah, but he
It's like
just
when we banned
he just
cheering.
wanted
I hate
he just wanted
I hate
no
that.
music, and then I remember I heard stories how he goes to different states,
Yeah.
and then he was like, I don't want music, and people looked at him saying, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, it's stupid actually. We have music.
I don't know. Well, I actually had a sort of similar thing was because people always used to want to turn the sound up
Yeah, usually.
because they had some
Wanna
sound
focus.
cue that they want to hear. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's too fucking loud.
These
Like,
days,
that's-
I see
that's like-
people wearing headphones,
Yeah, they wear headphones
listening
now.
to their own
Yeah.
music and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Back then, we didn't have technologies like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
good times.
Well, even stuff in Ultimate Snake is a good example. Hearing the C4
Yes. Yeah,
detonate.
yeah. There's a few like sound cues actually. Pretty
Even a
important.
thing in Smash 4 where it's like you have to listen out for Sheik's
Bouncing fish.
bouncing fish.
Bouncing fish, yeah.
Because it's faster than the visual
than the
cue.
visual, yeah. You also
Pyra's,
you know,
Pyra's
you
also very similar because she throws the sword and she's like, blazing end!
you also
Yeah.
react
Yeah.
quicker to audio cues than visual as
Yeah.
well.
So it would turn a true confirm into something you could actually air dodge in time.
Yeah. Any other fond Smash memories anyone has that comes to mind? Another one that I've got. I don't know if you were there for this. I don't think so. But there's this one time where we're in a hotel with like Leisha, Dean, Cameron, me, Aero, a bunch of
Is this Smash Brawl
inbreds.
days?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Leisha loses her fucking mind. We're playing like 4-way Yoshi friendlies, and then she just finds it really funny to pause the game in just random points in the game, and then zoom in on Yoshi, and he just had a tendency to look like really promiscuous or in really strange, like poses. And you'll just pause it at any time, zoom in, and you'd be like, what's he doing? What's that animation? Huh? Like, that looks really suspect. And we were just getting hysterical. I think it's the hardest I've laughed ever. And because Leisha starts going, and then it's infectious, and you're like, man, this is really stupid.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah,
I love doing that.
Yeah.
I as a BM, I did that in tournaments as well sometimes.
Pause is a stock, no?
Because let's say, pause was the stock. So
If you're up a stock,
now that I think about it, I was toxic.
Actually, that is such a good like taunt. So you're on like 120%, you get the stock, you really rub it in, you got the fucking controller, you're playing random, pause, unpause, run off stage, kill yourself. Let's go, next stock.
That is what
That's
I did.
brilliant.
Yeah,
That's
what I
actually
did
brilliant.
in PM as well, I believe,
wonder
against Jet. Fantastic.
I wonder how effective that would be as like mind gaming.
Depends on the player.
Yeah,
It really
it does.
depends on
There
the
are
player.
players that would really bother.
There was a time when Shadju was having a lot of trouble against Spammage.
Yeah.
Spammage, pretty shocking mental. Like,
Okay.
just something goes wrong on tilt, blah, blah, blah. But otherwise, pretty strong player. But Shadru could not beat them. It's like +3 matchups, some bullshit, just Blizz Wall, whatever. Can't really do much. Like, there is counterplay, but it's pretty shocking. And he'd explored every avenue of in-game counterplay. And it's like, there's no answer. I don't have anything. And I'm like, all right, you need to focus not just in the game.
Play the character, play the player.
Play the player
Yep.
as well. If you're a stock up or whatever, just taunt. Or do something, crouch, blah, blah, blah. Tilt them. Because and it'll break their mental and they'll play worse. And like, it's not cheating because it's 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 player on player, not just character on character. So that if that's a flaw of their play, then that's how it goes. And he did that.
It's a real thing.
Are you allowed
And
to
it
like
worked. He got his
speak
first
during
win.
a set now?
Sorry?
Are you allowed to speak during a set, or is that like a rule that you can't do it? So if I take a stock and you're like respawning, can I go like, I'm too good or something? Can I do
it's
that?
just
it's
BS.
unwritten. It's an
just
unwritten
yeah,
rule,
yeah,
but
but I
like
can
it's
do
not.
it.
You can do it.
You can do it, but it's like, it's what's the word? Common sense. Do you know them? Do you know how well do you know them? Blah blah blah.
I mean, the real question is, does it
or-
benefit me? Like, is it going to tilt them? I'll do it.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Right? At the end of the day, like if it's not overly disruptive,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
then it should be on them to not.
I remember I taunted Jace once, and he I take the first
Broke the
stock,
controller.
taunt him, no, and then he just viciously annihilates me for the rest of that game, and I said, not doing that again. That didn't work. I just woke the giant.
That's how I feel whenever
Yeah.
I taunt. I feel like
Yeah.
I just lose immediately.
Well,
after.
there are some players who
That's why
that
they
works.
taunt to get bodied is a
Yeah.
is an actual term.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I was like, no. And then Jace even said to me, it's like, don't ever taunt me again. I was like, yes, sir. But, you have to the player and certain things, like even like what character they want to play against, how they want to play, the timing, and like the speed of the game, the stage, how long they want to wait between games. Like they're not like going straight back into it or whatever. You can play all this shit if you're so inclined, but some people aren't. I'd do it if I really wanted to win.
Stages are funny. Sorry, this
No.
reminded me back in Queensland Brawl. Stages like what's that? Brinstar.
Mate,
Norfair.
Brinstar,
Norfair.
Rainbow Cruise, or
Rainbow
Rainbow
Cruise,
Ride,
yeah.
Delfino, Halberd, Frigate Orphean.
Yep, it was a
Flips.
really Queensland stage, and
Yeah, Halberd.
Oh, really? Was Queensland more
It-
liberal with the stages
yeah,
compared to Australia?
so like
Yeah, I think we-
Melbourne and Sydney, they were like, "What the fuck are you doing, Queensland?"
Hey,
'Cause I had a look at the thread that you were looking at, the Brawl Buddies
Yeah.
results. There was a 17 stage list.
it's brilliant.
17.
5 starters, 12 counter picks.
For
Okay.
back then, it was completely normal for us.
Yeah.
The most obscene.
And in that game, there's only like 38 stages.
well,
to
the
begin
most
with, too.
obscene one of all, dude. I think that Hannenbau was legal in doubles.
It was, yes.
In
Hannibal
doubles.
was legal in
That's
doubles.
insane.
So I remember going to
That is
Hannibal.
so jank,
So sometimes you had to ban Hannibal.
dude. What were these people
That really
thinking?
is a thing of the past.
That is
Double
crazy.
stages.
Yeah, double
Yeah.
I
stages.
don't mind the concept of that because if
Yeah.
like a bigger stage where it's really prone to
Yeah.
camping and singles might be totally fine for doubles because there's not
Well,
enough space.
The
or it's too
general
much space.
problem with that is that you have to eventually account for the fact that it will be a 1v1.
Oh, but yeah, but it's only going to be a
end.
1v1 for like a minute max.
No, but it's still kind of that hypothetical, like, oh, okay, if it becomes that situation, then the capacity to
Stage,
abuse it
yeah.
is still there.
I don't care.
I'm okay with it.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care.
But
Bring back big
that's the
Battlefield.
logic.
I also,
behind it, at
yeah,
least.
I understand the logic, but I don't really mind it. I also don't mind if doubles are even like considered sort of less serious in a way,
Yeah.
so that you can have like more jank stages.
Yeah,
like
it
if
should
you
just
you
be
have
fun.
Delfino in doubles, honestly, I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
I mean, the chances
in doubles,
you're not
you
really
could totally
going
have
to
a 15 stage list in
Yeah.
ultimate. That's like,
But like,
fine, you
like
know?
for those of you who don't know, like PictoChat, the amount of like just
Doubles, yeah.
rubbish, the amount of like. It has walls, so you can get like perma-chain grabbed, all this sort of stuff, like fire.
'Cause we
rock-
didn't
sometimes
have-
missiles.
It's just
We
bizarre.
didn't have
Very
hazard
shallow
off
as
that
well.
one, Yeah.
Yeah. What like there? I played, Jay, the pit from Victoria.
Yes.
Yeah.
So JEI?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is I don't know what stage it says. Yoshi's Island something. The one where the blocks spin if you hit them.
Yoshi's
and it has
Island.
like
Yoshi's Island,
Yoshi's
yeah.
it
Island
has
melee.
it has a
Yeah.
walk off on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the spinning. He took me here. This stage was this. That's probably the most egregious one where
Yeah.
you can actually just get
Actual
like
walk-off.
spiked. You get like weird stage spike through the fucking middle of the stage. Walk off on the top right. I remember once on like the set we played. He's playing.
Pit.
Yeah, Pit, I think he character rouletted me after a while. Up the top right, he's on that walk off, and I'm playing Wolf, and I'm down the bottom on this giant stand, and I'm full up back air, and he's like, oh, what the fuck? Like, how do I get out of here? And I'm like, hey, you're stage champ.
Shout out to Jay for
Yeah.
Yoshi down being in real life, and he couldn't walk or sit for like
Did
a
he
week.
actually do that?
Well, he was able to walk, but like
Just smash his tailbone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as a father now, like 36 or something,
Yeah.
probably regrets that.
Yeah.
Now with a chronic back pain after trying to do a
he
Yoshi
was
jumping.
really fun
Yeah.
for like a week.
Jay
yeah.
was cool. I like
Yeah.
Jay. We always sort of do this thing of making like a list of different things, but like you could go through like coolest players, and coolest isn't necessarily like nicest or whatever, but like just the players who are just like, okay, ZXV, this guy's a fucking monster. This guy is
ZXV.
so cool. I met him like one time, and I was like, holy fuck, I like this
We
guy.
call him the Jesus, yeah.
Dude, he's so cool.
Attila's cool.
Attila,
love
yeah,
Attila,
sprinter
yeah.
guy. I'm sitting there. I was like a really pimply, slightly pudgy, like 14-year-old, and this guy's in a tank top, guns out, sprinter sitting
Yeah.
like this, and I'm like, fucking hell. I'll talk about how he like mind fucked me at one of my first tournaments. Maybe next episode. Who else is cool?
Wave Guider.
Wave got a sick.
Wave
Yeah,
Guider.
I mean he's tall.
I remember he always said he will never play in a tournament.
Well,
He
that
was always a
fake,
Wi-Fi
yeah.
warrior.
He was a Wi-Fi
and
warrior.
then
Maybe during Brawl.
yeah, it was during
Yeah.
Brawl because I remember he really hated me.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, because he couldn't beat me.
Yeah.
But it was on Wi-Fi.
You guys must have had
That's
some pretty
funny.
hysterical friendlies, I would say.
Because he was on what's the other website where
Aussie
Apollo
Nintendo?
came from? Aussie Nintendo. I
Yeah.
was also there for like a bit,
Yeah.
like as a meme
Yeah.
and stuff. And
They got really cranky because Shitashi, he's always been doing this sort of stuff. He wanted to like increase, like make the scene larger and make it more
Yeah.
competitive and stuff. And so he finds another Smash website. We have MyWii, which is now MMGN or was MMGN. And he's like, okay, Aussie Nintendo, they have a Smash section, so let's invade them.
Yeah.
So it was called like the Invasion, and we go over there and we're like, oh, I wonder whose site is better, and we just completely shit on them. And Toki's got out the
The PMS poster.
you can tell.
Yeah, go for it.
I think we mentioned this a
you
while
guys did
ago.
mention on,
Yeah, so the PMS poster, just shocking
this
tournament
is
name.
it.
The Queensland marketing campaign.
So this was plastered up everywhere for a tournament.
We should do this more often, and by
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
I mean tournament organizers.
This is
You should.
this is
Like
promotion.
that.
Posters, hit up EB Games.
I like the idea of posters. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, maybe
Nah.
not this one, because this one has Zero Suit kissing
We'll need a
Pikachu.
copy of that, hang that up on the wall.
French kissing as well.
French kissing.
Yeah.
You see the tongue.
You see right here the tongue in the artwork right there. That shows French kissing.
What
And
were we
that
talking
was
about?
kind of a
January
common-
2010.
2010.
Wow, 2010.
Yeah.
And that was a fairly common, I think you or maybe Chris mentioned that. There was kind of a common fan art
Shit,
pairing
yeah, because of the
Subspace
yeah,
Emissary
yeah.
campaign. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. But I do like the idea of posters and artwork and stuff.
love it.
And there are some really talented people with that sort of stuff in the scene. I think when we had Jason, we were like, you should do more of your graphic design and stuff because he's really good at it.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like,
And then he was like, "What if I made a poster for the Arcadian, but it was only at the Arcadian?"
yeah,
And I was like,
I agreed with you. I was
"Great
like,
idea," until you get to the point where you never get to spread the message at all.
Yeah.
yeah,
But whatever, that's not my problem.
yeah. Did you ever have any strong feelings about Smash 4 Ult, or did you just really not play them at all just because of
I
time?
never really played Smash 4 at all. Like
Do you have
Smash 4.
Do you have a favorite Smash game?
I really enjoy PM.
PM, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Project M.
Yeah.
And I think Ultimate's probably the most balanced Smash game.
For better
to
or
this
for
day.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, let's go. So 64,
This game is awful.
Yeah.
Don't have to talk about it. It's terrible.
So Melee, Marth, Sheik, Jigglypuff.
There's like 5
Peach,
viable characters.
Yeah, and then you have characters like Pichu, Kirby, Bowser, and Melee, and then Brawl,
single
Meta Knight,
moves.
period. And Smash 4, I'm not really sure. I think Cloud was really good.
Yeah,
Cloud
Cloud, Bayo,
Bayo.
Goody,
Yeah,
Zero Suit, Fox.
Yeah, and then Ultimate, you can't really say you can. You need to play this character in order to beat this character.
Yeah,
So,
there's really like 20, 25 characters where
Yeah.
they're all up there. They all
Yeah.
beat each other. They all do well.
I mean, people
You
thought
know.
Bayo was bad in this game, and then she like won 2 majors last week or something, or won
Yeah.
1 major and got second at the other one or something.
So,
Big
I
gluttony.
enjoy the
Yeah.
speed. I enjoy Ultimate. So I still play casually sometimes. But not competitively.
Well, I kind of want to start playing, so I might have to get you to come around. And Ben
That
was
would be
supposed to
good,
start
yeah.
practicing for a tournament, which he hasn't done. Mentioned on the podcast with Brady, you're like, maybe I'll start. Oh, maybe I'll pick
I
up.
think that's the
altogether.
thing because
What for
we
Big Cheese?
all grow
I guess.
up.
Well, that's not happening,
and
is
then,
it?
Well, that was your idea. What about the tournament that shall not be named? What if we start practicing for that one?
Nah, probably won't bother.
Unreal. Where's the competitive? Where's the passion from you guys? I need the
It's
competitive.
just- it's
My
just the
passion's
time.
in Brawl right now.
Well, how's that working for you, Chief?
Not well.
Oh, we should clarify as well. I think it was 2 episodes ago we made the announcement, obviously, about we're wanting to run a Brawl side event at Pissmas, which we have. Sorry, Aaron. Which we have. We tweeted about that we would no longer be able to do this, but I just wanted to say, in case you missed that tweet, obviously we would not be able to do this. The TOs didn't want to run it anymore, which is fine. They're prerogative. So we're going to try and run a different event. In case Toki doesn't know,
Mario
we're
Kart.
bringing. It will be Brawl ideally, but just not at this event. We might have to host our own one. We'll work it out and we'll release details obviously when we can.
Even if a Rambats come back relatively
Yeah.
soon, we could have it as
Wow,
side
Rambat.
rack. Yeah.
Would you enter a Brawl tournament, Toki?
I would.
I know.
Yeah.
You
I
would play-
Huge.
Poggers.
I'll see you in Grants.
Well, you were still entering kind of Jets PM brackets as
I
well
was,
a little bit
yeah.
like during Smash 4.
Were
I
you
really
Rambats
did
and-
enjoy PM.
Were you the best PM player in Queensland?
In Queensland, yeah, I was at one point, and then I went to Perth as well to play. I remember coming second or first. I can't remember the player, but he was like a warrior main in PM. In
No
Perth,
idea.
but
Like Rizul or Star, I think is another
no
one, another
clue.
good
Star
player.
wasn't there back then, I
No.
think. Yes, but
Okay.
this was
Earlier.
2012, 2011.
Right.
So, and then Jet started doing a tournament.
Yeah.
2015?
Yeah,
Was it?
2015
about
sounds right.
2015.
Yeah.
So I just saw a poster saying like, "Hey, come in." So I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm free." So I was there like once every month, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was once every month, and then and then PM just died off eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, never quite took
But
off
yeah,
in Queensland.
But I think, obviously, I did take Brawl pretty seriously when I had all that time. And then Smash 4, I didn't bother because I had life going on. And then when I settled in for life for just a bit, I started playing PM a bit. And then life happened again. And who knows what will happen from now on.
The thing is, I think so you get a bit older and you learn more about Smash, and you have to invest, or you can
Time.
you can invest way less time and still be very good
Yeah.
as an older player who's
As long as
knows
you have the
Smash as a
fundamentals.
franchise. Yeah,
Yeah.
It goes for learning characters as well.
yeah.
Even relevant for like banning characters as well. It's like, oh well, I've spent the last 2-3 years like learning this character, blah blah blah. It's like, no, really, you've been learning how to play the game as well as the character at the
Yeah.
same time. And now that you know how to play the game, you could just pick up another character and be very
Yeah.
proficient
I think
with
that's
them in
what
a
I
month.
do
you know?
because of random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
yeah.
So, but if you guys were to go to a tournament, and if I'm free, I would love to do that.
Yeah. Well, totally blanked on what I was going to say. I was just going to say, I think that once you finish your study, even if you were like playing like maybe a couple hours a week, I think you could in any of the Smash games. I think you could be,
Very strong.
you don't have to take like uber seriously or anything, but I think you could be because you want to be good enough to have fun. Because it's not fun just getting annihilated.
For me, it's
by
all
by
about
everybody.
fun. And
Yeah.
look, I think the problem for me is I don't really play video games anymore.
Yeah, same.
It's
Yeah.
just there's nothing.
Yeah.
So, because most of my time goes to, for me personally, my lifestyle is work most of the time, go exercise, and my girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. So,
How did you meet your girlfriend?
at work.
Nice.
Yeah, it worked.
That's cool.
Yeah,
So
she was calling me earlier before as well.
What's her name?
Jade.
Jade.
Yes.
Different Jade, huh?
Different Jade.
That's an in-joke for everybody.
That's a hidden joke, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. Hopefully, because I know Khan said he was interested in like attending a brawl tournament as well, and I want to start playing a bit of alt just because I miss the competition, which is funny because it was never something you never.
I do not miss the
And
competition.
it's what's kind of bringing me back.
Maybe you don't miss the competition because you were trolling people.
Yeah, I was like,
I miss the people.
I'm just like, I want to fucking humiliate someone. Like beating people with like character roulettes. That was like the best. That was the best time. Like I could play Ness or Pikachu or whatever and beat people in grands. Like that was bring that back.
If we're having a brawl tournament, are we going to have ultimate at the same tournament?
Oh,
Because I mean that would be like an attraction point.
it
Would make sense to
It totally depends on the numbers, I guess, really, and the setups and stuff. But probably.
Where would it be?
That's a good question.
We haven't
How big is your
gotten that far
place?
yet.
Yeah.
But as long as like it's still Brisbane, I can most
Yeah,
likely make it,
definitely Brisbane. That'd be cool. I wanted to ask. I don't know if you'll be able to answer this, but probably the last sort of question I want to touch on is, how do you think the Smash scene impacted you? What does it mean
It
to you?
impacted me a lot, actually. Like in life, it changed my life actually. Like, so I was still a kid, but I was able to meet all these Smash people, and I ended up living with some, or most of them. Well, not most, but like most of my housemates has been Smash players. So I lived in the Gold Coast. Most tournaments, well, it started in Gold Coast, but most tournaments shifted to Brisbane. So I started wanting to live in Brisbane, but I don't know anyone from Brisbane.
Right.
But you go, Smash people.
Yeah.
So I started living with them.
Amazing the impact it can have on your life, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's
So-
incredible. Even if you moved country or something like
Yeah.
that,
It's still there.
just find their Smash locals, and you have an in. You
have like you instantly, unless you are fucking weird,
Yeah.
you have an instant group of people.
Yeah.
Maybe if even you are fucking weird, maybe it's still fine.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But I think it even said it in the Smash documentary. It's like, I see the Smash scene as like most people as family.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're
It's-
like a close friend.
I
like
mean-
us, for example.
Yeah.
I've known you two for like 15 years.
Yeah, it's a long
and
time.
I'm still like here chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Stuff
I haven't
like
seen
that.
you for a couple of years.
Couple of years,
But it's still like it's instantly comfortable. It's,
Exactly.
it's very
yeah.
easy.
So.
But
yeah.
I mean, it's like, so I was homeschooled growing up, so I had like issues socially.
Socialising,
I had trouble, and especially with like men or like boys or whatever. Like, because I had two sisters as well, so I didn't like socialize with like guys my age very much. So the tournaments for me was a massive part of like just becoming more comfortable in social settings and things like that. Now I'm only like a little awkward. Got much better than I was.
I completely relate to that. Like the whole.
Introverted.
It's kind of more like it's like a place where it's way like more accepting than a lot of the world, really.
Yeah. And then it let me like, sort of pursue, get out this sort of competitive nature that I wanted to have and like competing in something. It lets you have something to work towards because you're like working on the PR, trying to get there or win tournaments or whatever it is, and then you socialize outside of Smash. So it's actually has such a massive impact on my life, to be honest. Like actually huge.
Actually, I want to know. I saw some PRs back then. It always used to be top 10. Now it's like top 50 or something.
Well,
Is there a reason for
the
that?
scenes are
or-
so much bigger.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. Where they usually have a PR as well as like a Vic 40 or something. So the 40 is something. So you can maybe you just.
It's a lot more subjective. It's a lot more subjective.
The purpose of them have kind of slightly changed over time, mostly in Australia, especially because of the Vic 40s, where PRs, that it was your top 10. It was not arbitrary. These are the 10 players. The 10th could go 1-2 every week, but they're the 10th best player in the scene, Where once we started introducing Queensland 40, Vic 40, whatever, that is your arbitrary number.
Okay.
And it was more mid-level focused as well. But it sort of, especially as Smash 4 started dying as well, it became more common where it's like, we don't want our PR... Like, a PR should be like, man, that's the top level, the top echelon of players. So it's more appropriate to kind of find a cutoff point where it's like, okay, where do we feel that the skill level, or where do the results suggest that there's a real drop off in skill? And if that's at the 6th player, if that's at the 13th player, then so be it. Try and keep it reasonable so you don't have like like not like New Zealand having their 27-man PRs and stuff like
27?
that. Yeah.
What a weird number.
So like Queensland...
It's all the players in the scene, mate.
Yeah, pretty much. Where Queensland, for example, has like we will try to keep it at around 10. But if it goes a little under or below, or above, then that's how it is. So it's more like the top level rather than just a top 10.
It gives like your mid-level players who are not going to get to that top 10 on the PR because the scenes are much bigger, but it gives them something to work towards and see improvement over time and everything as well. Yeah. Whereas before,
so
if you have like
functions.
if you have like 90 players in the scene and you're not top 10, you're just never really seeing your success and your improvement rewarded and shown.
Yeah.
Whereas now it was like I get to see my little character, my little icon on the 40, and it's cool.
And with like so many more players,
Yeah.
like previously in Brawl, we would only have like 3 Toki level players, but now we have, I don't know, 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's
there's
that makes it so much harder to.
and then
get
there are
to
20
that level.
players who are one like half a tier below that. You know, they're all still very good. They're not like a massive, like they're not dog shit.
Yeah, but
and
they can play.
Yeah, they're good. And so you in any scene, like probably in Victoria, until you get to like fucking dreadful players, you're probably at like 80 or something. Like everyone's competent now.
Yeah,
there's not like so few just free wins now.
I think the American culture has sort of shifted a bit more toward how Australia's been doing it. But for a while, even in Smash 4, you'd get a lot of Americans like, lol, why do you have a 12-man PR? Just make it 10. Or blah, blah, blah. So they're still in that way of thinking, except for SoCal. Because they were so strong in Smash 4.
They had like 25.
2025, because they're like... They're still PGR level at the 25th person,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
in their state, you know. They were so good that they just felt like 10 would be unfair to these people who were so good at the game.
Yeah, that's
They'd
true.
be number 1 anywhere else. You know?
America was generally just like so far behind in like so many aspects outside of like actual play.
Yeah.
Like almost like the cultural
stages.
side to
Yeah,
it.
it
Like,
really
sets,
is.
stages,
Yeah.
PRs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like they were just really far behind.
Yeah.
Well, it's because America is so splintered. Like even in a state,
Well, I mean,
you will
with
have
50
eight,
states.
8 different communities that have nothing to do with each other. One of them is more casual, but still kind of competitive.
I mean,
blah, blah,
Florida has
blah.
like
And then,
4
alligators.
different,
yeah, well, it's
4
always
different
been
communities there.
North Florida,
Really?
South Florida,
Yeah.
Central Florida,
and
Jeez.
then like
and
Tampa,
each of them have 8 PGR
and
players,
they
you
all
know?
like have their own PRs as well.
Yeah. So it's just so, you know, there's a new scene every hour or two.
Like
in the
like
US.
having Victorian
someone's
PR and
garage.
Geelong PR, like kind of stuff.
That's fair enough.
Well, I think that'll just about wrap us up. We've covered everything on the agenda that I had written down. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on at all, Toki?
I got a list, I think.
We've got a list. Guess who's actually prepared for once?
It's better than me.
Yeah, I think I was like, Jason, anything you want to talk about when you're on the podcast? No, I'm just going to rock up, mate. It's like, useful.
Cool.
That's helpful.
Did you want to talk about the MMGM Gym Battles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
do we have time?
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah.
So MMGN, I mentioned this earlier, was like what my Wii became. So it was a site dedicated to just
For video
gaming,
games,
basically for Nintendo games, and then we had a section of that which became there's a big war between the main site and then the Smash site of that site. But someone, I think was it Shitashi? It was his idea, the gym battles.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you get badges on the site.
Yeah. It's like a
that
medal thing.
Go
It
on
was
your
cool.
your profile, and
Yeah.
you get them for whatever thing you've done. Maybe you posted 10,000 times or whatever. And Shitashi decided to incorporate basically
Pokemon gyms.
Pokemon Gym, so that if you beat a certain player who was like the Brock or the Misty or whatever, who playing with their own specific rule set, you would get a badge on your profile. And so, were you ever a gym leader?
I was twice.
I was a gym leader
three,
as well.
3 times.
Did they have
technically.
3?
No, it was 2. But
Oh,
I
you
can,
replaced somebody.
I can explain that.
Do you remember
later.
what gym leader you were?
Yes, I was. So at first, I was Ulti Surge.
Okay.
Lieutenant Surge.
Yep.
So obviously, electricity. So
Didn't I take over that?
You did. Eventually.
This guy's memory's cracked.
So that's Gen 1 gym
Yeah.
battle. So I was Lieutenant Surge, electricity. I had lightnings on and poison mushroom. and big mushroom
That sounds
on,
annoying.
on green greens.
Yeah,
So,
I remember.
Yeah.
I think it took me to. I think I had to beat you on the second attempt. I don't think I won
You
the
were
first
the
one.
first person to beat me on thing.
I'm fucking too good.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I lost the first time we played it.
That was the thing. Only few people.
Yeah.
It was too hard.
Yeah.
'Cause for the thing for gym battles, you had to be fair and you had to be like somewhat challenging but beatable.
Well, the problem
was-
is when you just had a fucking really good player as the gym leader.
Well,
Yeah.
you had really good players, but sometimes I think all of the gym challenges had to be in the gym leader's favor as well. I'm
What do you
pretty
mean?
sure.
It's like the
Not really.
theme. So like for me, Lieutenant Surge.
You could
Electricity,
pick your
yeah.
rule set, but it didn't favor you at all.
I think it mostly did, for the most
Not
part.
really.
You gotta be creative, I think.
I mean, you hypothetically could have had items on that benefited your character, but not really.
Well, I mean that's
But you
kind
only-
of like the thing, right? Like,
As
Well,
a gym leader, you can only pick one character. So
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
I think I might have been able to pick two.
I think you. Oh,
I don't
yeah.
remember.
It
I'm trying to-
depends on your rules.
I'm trying to remember what mine was. I feel like I
I
was.
don't think no one actually got to.
Oh, maybe not.
no, the first gen was pretty successful.
True.
I didn't
Were
lose
there
many.
rules around how often you could challenge?
Yeah,
Once,
Yeah,
once,
it was.
once a day, wasn't it?
It was 3-4 times a day, but we did a sneaky stuff, and we were just like, "Oh, I love you, Era. You can verse me like 8
Yeah.
times."
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost to Toki like 7 times or whatever because skill gap.
I think Blade beat my gym.
Something.
I
like
think
that.
Blade beat
yeah.
most
I
people's
think
gyms.
Blade beat my gym. Actually, I can't
Yeah.
remember what my rules were.
It was
I remember playing you on green greens.
Yeah, so green greens. My rule set was too broken,
Yeah.
so I got
Oh,
shifted.
mate.
Yeah. So,
Your rule set is nothing on Novas.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Where it's like I think you weren't allowed to jump.
Oh,
You had no
to be
shields.
metal or something.
You had-
Could he jump and shield?
Yeah,
No,
no, he can
no.
do. No, he can do anything he wanted.
No, no,
I
no.
think.
You had to have
Really?
the same control, so you could not shield. Your shield buttons had to be unbound. You could not shield, so you can't air dodge, you can't shield, you can't roll, you can't spot dodge. And there was other bullshit as well with like your control scheme, which is not just like some item or stage shit. It's like you have to fucking change your controls.
Yeah, yeah,
which was
yeah.
so impossible. And I think some sort of items were on, and you might have been like metal with.
Yeah,
like,
I remember metal.
Some.
It was metal.
It was fucking unbeatable. It was
Yeah,
so
I don't
annoying.
think anyone was able to.
It was
beat-
such
he was,
bullshit. It was Giovanni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was like the final.
Yeah, he was the.
final
There was no.
one.
We were trying to do Elite Four, but
No, we didn't have enough people to do
Yeah.
it
I
before.
feel like I was an Elite Four at some point.
No,
no, you
maybe
no,
in the second one.
No, he
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
He was, but it never happened.
I don't think anyone got to me. I don't
yeah,
think anyone got to me
right.
It
because
never
Nova
happened.
was unbeatable with his
Yeah.
bullshit or something like that.
So I was
Lieutenant
Lieutenant
Surge,
Surge,
yeah.
and then it was too hard for the third gym, so I became Koga.
Yep.
And Koga, I made it pretty simple actually. It's like you get a 5-minute timer. I had smoke bombs on.
That's cool.
Yeah, smoke bombs,
I like
and
that.
you had to like catch me or something.
Doing more shit like this would be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and if you time out, you win.
You could even do them in person as well because someone would come to your like a tournament that you're at and they would challenge you.
Yeah,
in
that's
person.
what
It was
we
cool.
did
Pretty cool.
actually.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
we did gym battles in real life.
Yeah.
as well.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we did
that's a
stuff
cool
Very
idea.
very creative
Yeah.
little thing.
It was
yeah,
very
fun.
creative. I loved it, and
Yeah.
you really wanted to be that flying type gym leader.
Falcon.
Oh, Winona.
You're like, no one likes this. I shotgun her. Yeah.
My gym leader challenge was because I became Lieutenant Surge, and I don't remember
Yeah.
why that was the case. I think
It's
someone
because
yeah.
I
Because
became
he's too
Koga.
he's too
Oh, that's right.
he's
Yeah.
too
and-
strong for that early in the gym.
Yeah,
I think.
because
Yeah.
you're meant to give people chances and
Yeah.
make it easier so people.
And you're supposed to
yeah.
progress through them, I think, as well.
Yeah.
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 And if you're like the third gym leader, it's too much.
Yeah.
And this was all done on Kion's Oz Smash like
Yeah, we did it as
beta
well,
app called Bli-Fi.
Which
Which-
it's not on this phone. No.
No, it's like completely gone to the winds now.
Yeah.
But it was like inspired by Anna Bly and Wi-Fi.
Never forgetting.
And my rule set was I played Sheik with beam swords.
I remember that.
Because
Yeah.
when Sheik does a forward smash with beam sword, she does it twice. She does
Brawl.
pew, pew.
It's brawl for you.
Yeah. Anyway, it was pretty hard, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Because Sheik with beam swords is like kind of oppressive.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Because she has like the longest one and it's also like the fastest and it also hits twice.
Hmm.
So, yeah, good luck.
Shit like that is so cool. It'd be nice to have like sort of stuff like that happen again.
It would be
Absolutely.
very
It was
cool, yeah.
very unique.
But if you are listening to the podcast, why don't you hit us up with what rule set you would choose if you could
That
make
would
your,
be
if you would be a
very
gym
nice,
leader and you could make your own rule set? What would you pick? Has to be balanced. You can't have it like hell in your favor, like they take way more damage than you do or some handicap.
This is ultimate, right?
Yeah.
Because this was like back in Brawl.
Could even
so
do it for next
there's
episode.
More items,
Yeah.
obviously, so you can be so much more creative.
Yeah, you can
know?
do- pick your stage.
Stages,
Mode or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll have
Yeah.
to think on what I would do.
Yeah. So,
fun.
but if you think of a good one, hit us up. Let us know in the YouTube comments or add us on Twitter or something.
Because you can
That'd be
find
cool.
some like really creative combos, like
Yeah, for
something
sure.
like Peach, and you have the floating item.
Yeah, the Chinook tail.
So now
Yeah.
you just get like double the amount of floating
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Peach, like, and that's like
You could be
you're leaning you're leaning into your character's
Yeah.
strength
Yeah.
already, and that gives you that gym leader
Yeah.
advantage kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Because they're all cheaters, all gym leaders.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home turf.
Yeah. But that'll just about wrap us up for today because I have to go get ready for a musical. Closing out of a musical that I'm in.
Just want to
Mm-hmm.
kind of mention that we want to do a giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
But like we'll give the details for the next podcast.
Yeah, next episode we'll have the details for that.
Winner gets this. A whole
Those
jar.
will be gone by next week, I guarantee you. Those will be gone by this. I'll come back home after my
They might be gone
musical.
soon.
Those will be empty.
Damn.
If you wanna give the well, not details, but I don't know, say something about it.
For the giveaway.
Yeah.
Well, we're planning on giving away a $100 Steam gift card at this point. But it'll be something like retweeting
The next teaser or something
the
like
teasers
that. Yeah.
or subscribing to the YouTube channel, something like that. It will be Australia-based Smash players, so we're not going to get botted or have people overseas doing it. But the specific details of what you need to do we'll release next week. And we'll put it at some random point in the episode as well. So you can't listen to the first 3 minutes and then enter it as well. But for now, while Aero just goes to complete town on my lolly jar, on camera as well. Really shameful. Yeah, have a crack. Go on. You look like a fucking goblin.
Come on, fatty, stuff them all
He
down.
loves it. Loves it. He used to come to Smash tournament with a bag of double quarter pounder meal every tournament. At the
We'll
start.
hit up the Delza story next week as well.
True, we have to do that.
Yeah.
Toki, do you remember when you and Metallic Guy showed up to a tournament in suits?
Yes.
And pretended to be my bodyguard?
Yes, there is
I
a
remember
picture
that.
there
I remember
somewhere.
that. Yeah. Jesus,
We
what a
were-
weird scene.
Yeah.
God, Brawl was
wha-
so stupid.
While he was
That's why they're all
playing,
banned now.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
while he was playing, we dressed up as a security guard, stood behind him like that with sunnies on, and yeah. It was-
That's good.
Yeah, it was
Do you have
good.
any social media, Stocky, that you want to drop?
I do
Or
not.
You enjoy them all? No Twitch or
got-
anything?
I do have Twitter, but I do not use it. I do
Yeah.
have Discord as well,
Just
but
keep it under
all I
wraps.
do is just stalk.
Fair enough.
I
Yeah,
just-
like our Discord.
Yeah, I just read comments. That's it. So if
Alright.
you want to find me, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with
Yeah,
that.
good luck. Yeah.
Well-
just ask these guys. Yeah.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, everybody. Really appreciate it. We have got quite a lot of nice comments this week and people who are enjoying the content. So thanks very much for sticking with us over the first few episodes because there obviously had some teething issues like learning how to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
But thanks very much. Really appreciate the support. And as always, subscribe to the channel.
Always
Retweet the
enjoy any
content.
feedback as well.
Yeah,
What you'd like
feedback
to see,
or
what we could do better.
Any sort of stuff you'd like to see, any specific guests or topics that you think would be good to cover, please let us know. Always happy to consider that stuff and take it on board. But until then, sign off, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
So yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Cameron and Alicia bought this for me in Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
It's cute. I know whose idea that was.
Who's?
Leisha's. Because Cameron's a bad person.